gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the host, straight from After the Slam podcast, Bodacious Albert.
After the slam, where the real ones stand, we talk dreams, defeats, and the master plan. From the locker room tales to the spotlight glam, you'll feel every hand. This is after the slam. This is after the slam. Body slam gear.
Welcome everyone to After the Slam episode. I don't know because I have so many of these episodes now. Today I got a special guest. It is the Friday episodes. Fridays mean big stars here on the pod. Yes, you are.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And honored to have one of, in my opinion, I'm going to take this from Sugar Shane Pinto, a pillar in the Quebec, all over the wrestling industry, really. She's been all around the world because I've studied you. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen Cobra, I give to you Katrina Creed.
Oh, I got a round of applause too.
Yes,
Wow. Well, thank you. Hello. How's it going? I appreciate the intro.
Of course.
Very heartwarming. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Appreciate it.
You are a pillar for real in the Quebec. You started not long ago, but hey, you've made an impact, no pun intended. Don't punch me in the face.
Well,
But you've done great stuff already, Katrina, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people already,
Oh.
as it is, and to me. I only do podcast and commentary.
hey, we need that though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all part of a community doing the same thing and contributing to wrestling, man. So it's appreciated.
But you're a little intimidated. You're the first chick actually on my couch right now. You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it. I feel very honored. It's sweet that you think that. It's just, as you mentioned, I haven't been doing it too long. So it's, people sometimes say things like that. And it's something I'm trying to like wrap my head around. But yeah, it means a lot. I guess it makes me feel like I'm headed in the right direction and I'm doing the right things,
Headed the right direction, straight line forward, and you're doing everything right, Katrina.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being on After the Slam.
Of course.
Thank you for answering when I reached out, and we reached out together, and we getting this done. And it's an honor for me to have you. And Coconut,
Yeah.
Coconut likes you.
I've been distracted by the cat. I'm just chilling right now. There's a cat. It's Friday. I'm
Friday,
chilling.
And there's a lot going on this weekend, which we're going to get into later on in the show.
There is.
But let's get into it. Let's dive right in.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Katrina Creed, you started watching wrestling when, how, and where? Because, the women's division, there's a lot of women's wrestling now.
Yes.
Here in Quebec, and specifically. You're like, I could name maybe with my hand who is like really making an impact. You're the top one.
Oh, I appreciate
No
that.
problem. But I want to know, how did you fall in love with this? How did you fall in love with pro wrestling, and how did it all started for you?
So I think, like most people, it was when I was a kid. I'm not sure exactly when I got into it. I feel like I probably started with my grandpa because he loved wrestling. So I'm imagining I probably watched it like with him or he had it on, but those aren't my earliest memories. Like I do remember watching wrestling with him a bit after, but those weren't my first memories. My first memory, I was probably like 7-ish, and the first distinct memory I have of wrestling was watching it on TV with my cousins. And I loved The Undertaker as a kid, but that was my first memory, him in his ministry garb. And it was the segment of him like sacrificing Stephanie McMahon, which I always thought was like psychologically a bit weird that was the thing that seemed to like grab me the most. But that was my first wrestling memory, and The Undertaker was one of my favorites as a kid. So.
Really? So he was one of your top favorite wrestlers growing up?
For sure. I must have, and that was probably like 98-ish, I would say. I feel like I was watching it before only because I really liked Bret Hart as a kid. And I remember being bummed that he wasn't in WWE, well, F or E at that point. So I must have been watching a bit before, like probably when I was like 6-ish. I still love Brett. I adore him. He's one of my favorites. One of my goats. But yeah, so around then was when I started. And I kept watching for years up until I was about like 11 or 12. Like I was watching like every Monday Raw all the time. Pay-per-views when I could get my hands on them. Like one of my older cousins was nice enough to like tape it for me. Yeah, because he'd have his friends over, right? So they're like in their 20s, 25s partying. They don't want like this little dweeb, like 6-year-old running around, but he would tape it for me and I would walk to his house like the next day and like watch it before the Raw so I could catch up. So I would do that up until I was about 11 or 12. Never watched SmackDown. We didn't get it on the cable that I had. Yeah, I didn't have that. So I didn't know what was going on there. I had to catch up a bit later. But yeah, I was really like hardcore about it for like probably 5, 6 years.
What do your cousins think of you now?
Well, they think it's kind of crazy that I'm wrestling. They're like, what the fuck? Especially
beep that out. Yeah.
Are we
I'm just kidding. It's not a PG show.
Okay, great, because I swear all the time. Yeah, you know, they think it's kind of crazy, especially like the cousins that I watched it with weren't as into it as I was. Like I was definitely the one that was like more so into it. So they think it's cool, but especially my older cousin that would like tape the pay-per-views and stuff like that, he was more into it. So him just seeing that sometimes when we meet up, he's just like, whoa, like it's crazy to him a bit, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool in that way.
So you said The Undertaker, like I even had other guests, like Undertaker's been a big influence. It's kind of weird that you've the sacrificing.
I know.
You know, I guess, oh man, I'm old. I'm an old man with all these young wrestlers coming to my show because I'm a Hulkamaniac.
Oh, fair. I look young-ish. I don't know how young.
You said 6 years old before, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm counting. One,
oh, look,
two.
let's not divulge my age here, okay? But
no. Okay, we're not talking about that. But I mean, Undertaker. Anybody else besides Undertaker and Bret Hart, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, as a kid, I'd say my influences are different than my influences now.
Yeah,
but as a kid, I love Taker. I love Jeff Hardy. I love like Team Extreme. Lita was my chick. I thought she was the best.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. I liked Lita back then.
Yeah, I bet. You know,
I was a young boy too once upon a time.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
She was great, man. I mean, who could resist her? She's awesome, and she was just so badass. I loved her.
Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
CW.
Back in the day, yeah. And then she was with S.A. Rios for a bit too. I remember watching during that time.
Rios. Holy crap. I remember that guy. Okay,
yeah. I remember watching as a kid during that time too. And I also thought they just looked cool together because they both had the red hair. And I was like, whoa. And she did these cool stunts. And I was like, oh, I was just so enthralled by her. And back then I was more into cruiserweight stuff and more like high flying stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas now my inspirations are a bit different as a wrestler, but I was very much engaged in all of that. So I loved RVD too. I thought he was sick.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, Edge, Christian, all of them, although I hated them in the TLC matches because they always beat the Hardys. So that fucking pissed me off.
Yeah.
But otherwise I liked them. Jericho was awesome. There were so many great people back then. The Rock and Austin, honestly, I love both of them for sure. Like I thought they were great. The Rock was my favorite between the two.
Okay.
Low key. I know most people go.
We
for
have
Austin,
a rivalry right now because I got Steve Austin right there. So like, yeah.
There you go. Look, I loved Austin too. I had a little Austin backpack where he was like a dude. It was just literally an Austin plushie that was like a backpack, and I would wear him.
Badass.
Yeah, so I was an Austin chick too, but I love The Rock just a smidge more.
No, we could end the podcast right now.
Okay, well, see ya.
I never was a Rock fan.
No, ever?
Never.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Never. I found he was a loud mouth. Like I liked him in the Nation of Domination when he started.
Okay, Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, Rocky Maivia. But when he became the People's Champion and all that,
really,
I couldn't wait for Steve Austin to beat the crap out of him. And then WrestleMania 17 came. I was the only one cheering in the room about this. I was so happy. I didn't like the fact he became a bad guy, mind you, but the beating he gave The Rock was my favorite moment of my life. So that was something I remember.
Fair. I mean, was that the time he started becoming a bit more corporate? Because that was weird.
Invasion stuff and crap like that. Yeah, that was it.
That was a weird take. I don't know how I feel about that version of him, but I'm surprised that you hated The Rock.
I never liked him. Still today. I like his movies.
Wow. Crazy.
He's a good actor, but as a wrestler, okay. He does a people's elbow to win the match.
But I mean, isn't that just a testament to how awesome he is? He got people so engaged he could do an elbow and people were flipping out.
I'm gonna get clipped so hard for saying The Rock sucks.
You know, with good reason. I think at this point, I don't know.
Listen, I grew up Bret Hart, Hart Foundation, British Bulldogs,
Right.
Demolition. My favorite tag team is the Nasty Boys. That's my generation, like technical wrestling.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Owen Hart, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to The Rock and when someone drops an elbow for the victory,
Yeah.
it wasn't my thing. If
Fair.
you're not King Kong Bundy dropping an elbow on a midget, then you shouldn't be doing an elbow to win a match.
That's fair. I understand.
I'm not that guy.
I get the reasoning. I'll give you that. I get the reasoning behind it, and I see where you're coming from. I think as a wrestler too, I'm very much more into technical wrestlers.
Yes.
So I definitely understand. But to say that you hate him, I don't.
Okay,
I
hate's
don't.
a big word. Hate's a big word. Okay, but dislike.
Even then, I feel like you're the first. I really feel like you're the first person I've ever met that's told me he doesn't or hates The Rock or even dislikes him. I don't think I've met anyone that's told me that. Watch people start messaging me, and maybe there's a
Why
whole
were you
lot
on that
of you.
guy's show for? Like, Katrina, what are you doing?
More so, I'm saying, imagine all these people start messaging me and being like, you know what? I actually don't like The Rock either. Because here's the thing. A little anecdote. A few weeks ago, for the first time in my life, or so I thought, I met someone. Well, I've known him for a while. He's the promoter of Acclaim. I love this dude. I rib him all the time though. But he told me, okay, and maybe we'll do a survey here. He's gonna hate me for this, but he told me he eats his forks with a fry. With a fry. Oh, no. Okay, let me reverse
Katrina
that.
now. Where are we going?
Which, hey, look, if people want to eat forks, right?
Abdullah the Butcher.
Well, that's it, man. People, you know, they have their trends in nutrition, and maybe this is the new one. Okay, let me rewind there. Rather, he eats his fries with a fork. Is that bizarre to you, or
a poutine, bro?
But that's what I'm saying, right? A poutine, okay, right? We all understand. I'm not eating a poutine with my hands, right? I don't think anyone is. And if you are, that's fine. But I'm not, right?
Yeah.
But just basic fries with a fork, right?
It's a little bizarre.
And so I thought he was the first guy because like my whole life I never heard that, and it actually blew my mind. I was tired though. It was like after Vegas, we're flying back home. I'm already tired, and he tells me this, and I'm literally sitting there looking at him, and I'm like, "What the fuck did you just tell me?" And so then, and I'm like, "There's no way other people do this." And then he tells me both his parents do that, and I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, right? I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Did they influence each other to do this? Or did they separately do this on their own and then just happen to get married, right? And he's like, I don't fucking know. So then at the next Acclaim show, because his dad's there, right? I go up to him, I'm like, hey, I got a question. And so I ask him, and he's like, well, no, we were doing it separately before we met. And I'm like, there's more of you?
There's more of you.
There's more of you? They just kind of come out of the woodwork. And as I'm saying this other guy, Ray St. Jean, who's a worker, says, yeah, I do it all the time. And I'm like, what is happening here? So
is he okay? I'm gonna get flagged for this. Are they Quebecois?
They're from Ottawa.
Oh, they're okay. Wow.
So
Jesus.
I'm like, maybe it's an Ontario thing.
Gatineau?
Yes. Yeah. They're like on the border, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I took a survey. Other people around the area don't do it, but all that to say, there might be more people who dislike The Rock, right? I'm just saying, just because you know,
you never know.
You never know.
Imagine McDonald's eating your fries with fork.
Yeah, it was. Look, man, I'm not dogging on people who do it. If you do it, you know that's fine.
Shame.
A little bit, low key. But it was a bit. It was perplexing to me.
They should be walking the Game of Thrones style, butt ass naked. No, it's not. Okay, let's go back to the story. Fries. Okay, we're talking about fries here. You know, we were talking about haircuts. Now we're talking about fries.
Yeah.
Okay, Dom.
All over the place.
So when was the moment you decided to become a wrestler?
I always kind of had it in the back of my mind, even as a kid. But like I'm Indian, right?
I'm sorry, I got French fries in my head.
Oh right, yeah. It's just, I mean, fair, man. It's dare I say a delicacy?
Yeah,
we could say.
Continue.
But yeah, no, I kind of always wanted to as a kid, you know. But being Indian, you know, I'd say that's my mom, and she's like, no.
Become a doctor.
Yeah, type thing. So I was like, okay. And, I kind of, as I grew up, just did what I wanted to do anyway, hence
Punk rock.
everything, right?
Yeah.
That I became as a person. So, but like it was always something I kind of had in the back of my mind, like even though I wasn't watching wrestling as much, I watched it a bit again in my high school years. And then with my friends, we'd go to like bars for like certain pay-per-views and stuff like that to check it out. And so it was always something like, oh, we'd be cool if, but it's just, I never really committed fully to it. And the thing that got me to do it really was I was in university. I was taking a studying break and I started watching this. What ended up being a really long match. It was like 45 minutes in total with the segment, but it was Jay White and Kenny Omega in New Japan.
Wow.
And the match was just, I was like seated and watching it like from beginning to end. It was so good. And I was like, man, just the match itself and the storytelling, the back and forth, they're both fantastic workers. But I was really drawn to Jay White specifically, but Omega's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, excellent. And so I was like, fuck, like I wonder if maybe I could just try it, like if this shit's going on, like I kind of just want to see if I could be a part of it and try to do something as cool. And so I knew Andrew Shane Hawk, who's
IWS.
Yeah, exactly. Who's one of my main coaches, kind of built me from the ground up. I knew him because I'd gone to IWS shows before. I'd been to a few, and coincidentally, I worked at a cafe and he was my supervisor like years before. And we talked about it and realized we're both into wrestling. He's like, yeah, I'm going to start a school soon and all of that. So I always had that in the back of my mind. And we had each other on Facebook. So I sent him a message and I'm like, hey, do you still at school? Like, I'm thinking of trying out. And he did. And I went in and that was kind of it. And that's what started it. So, yeah.
So let me ask you your first bump.
I don't remember it fully. I remember, though, I did the baby bumps first. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You sit down and you do that. And then eventually you go from the rope and do it.
Yeah.
I remember those. I don't remember the first actual bump I took, which is probably a good thing because it wasn't anything super severe or which led to injuries. So we're good.
Jesus.
Yeah. But Matt Lee or Daddy Magic Matt Menard, he was one of my coaches then too. He's the one who had me do my first bumps. It was through him. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So I tried wrestling at the torture chamber and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Chamber.
And yeah, I have the Shawn Michaels back. I say this all the time. I got a broken back. I got 2 screws on my back.
Oh, shit.
Like I can't do it.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
But this is my forte.
Yeah.
Commentary, podcasting, and highlighting the pro wrestlers of today.
There you go, man.
So I'm happy to do that. But,
I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing it.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate you being here.
Of course. Of course.
Come on now, Katrina. Speaking about Queen Cobra,
Mm-hmm.
before you were Queen Cobra, because let me tell you, your promos kind of scary.
I try.
Okay, you're kind of badass.
I try.
But was there a moment before Queen Cobra, developing Queen Cobra?
Yeah, I mean, Queen Cobra kind of just became its own thing almost accidentally in a way.
Wow.
Yeah, so like there's kind of a lot of layers to it, but initially I just called myself the Cobra because I just thought it was cool, mostly because I love Metal Gear Solid. I love Solid Snake. He's like my favorite video game character. Yeah, that's my dude over here in his little box with my cat's. Yes. Excellent. Yes.
Are you mic'd?
Not yet.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
you're
talking. Background.
The best of his time.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that game series is awesome. Like the philosophical thing, psychological, it's great. And Solid Snake, I think he's just he's my favorite video game character. Oh, he's great, man. It's just this idea of like essentially being born into something and working against your genes to determine your own outcome despite like external influences. Plus so many other themes of that game. It's excellent. So I just love Snake. And I just wanted to be a snake like him. So I call myself the Cobra. And actually my first set of gear and even my hair, it's like my hair, I used to have like white in the front and it was black in the back. And it was kind of like old snake hair. Mm-hmm. And my gear was actually based on Raiden's skull suit. So it's like, it was that with the shoulder pads and everything. So that was even based off Metal Gear. Yeah. So that was entirely based off that. And then the Queen Cobra thing. And then there's a lot of other things that went into that when I thought about it. Just Indian culture is associated with cobras, right? There's also great wrestlers like Jake the Snake, Randy Orton, obviously, right?
Viper,
Yeah. Also, like, I love Pantera. Like, they use a lot of snake imagery. Yeah, fuck yeah, Pantera. Great Southern Child Kill has like a rattlesnake on it. That's my favorite album, dude. Like, so there was a lot of other things that kind of went into it after when I reflected on it, but initially it was just Solid Snake, right? Queen Cobra just came out of it because I like play on words and puns and stuff like that. I think they're funny. So when I won the IWS Women's Championship, after like 100 days, I had these 8x10s with the belt, and I just made this stupid play on words where I'm like, King Cobra, no, Queen Cobra, yeah, right? Here are my 8x10s, 100 days, whatever, right? And it just kind of took off from there. Coincidentally, too, I wasn't thinking about it when I came up with that name, which I didn't even think was going to be my name, but I also, like, in my family on my dad's side, we have like lineage to like a dynasty essentially in India. And it's royal lineage essentially. Like, there's even temples like around Khajuraho that are still there that are like a UNESCO like protected site and stuff like that. And yeah, like they ruled over like a chunk of India for like close to a millennia, right?
Wow.
So, and it's like this lunar dynasty thing and everything like that. So like that's also part of my blood, which I guess works into this too. But that's not really something I thought of while I just said it. And I'm like, oh, well, there's also that in my family too. So we could put that in, but I never really mentioned that too much in promos, but that's also part of my background too that works into it. So yeah, and then that just kind of became my name. And then I started thinking, okay, well, like as a face, I wrestle very differently because I'm usually a career heel.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I do face stuff, I'm a bit more of a generic wrestler because I haven't figured it out yet. But like as a heel, I won't say that I have it fully down because I'm always in constant evolution, but I definitely have way more of a base and a foundation of my character's mannerisms, how I move. It's very snake-like in the ring and stuff like that. Like my finisher even it's called Lethal Strike. It's a ripcord discus lariat. So it's literally everything a snake would do. It's like I constrict the person, I spin them around and kind of turn around them too, and then I hit them with a strike, right? Yes. Yeah, hell yeah. A spinny rainmaker. But yeah, so there's like different things like that too. I used to do a slingshot spear, so it's kind of like an out of nowhere strike, you know what I mean? So I reflect on that more so, and I've fleshed it out more as a heel. I'm definitely more sinister and evil as a heel. Whereas as a face, I like,
he's dead. That last match.
Yeah.
I saw that video. It was like he got punched in the heart. You looked at it, checked his pulse. He's dead and walked away. That was funny.
Yeah, that was actually my Muay Thai coach, my kickboxing coach. I love him. He's such a sweet dude. And it was like a charity event that we did. He's like, oh, can I get involved somehow? And we offered that spot to him. And he's like, yeah, I could take a chop. And I'm like, do you want to? Because Cravens are actually like
another pillar.
I love Craven. She's great, a pillar. She's done so much, and as a person, she's one of my favorites in the industry. She's excellent. I love her, but her chops, man, are for sure the worst that I've taken. So I was telling him, I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, we could do something else, or it could be a chop and you move out of the way or something." He's like, "No, it's fine." And I'm like, "Okay, sure, dude. Like, I warned you." And when he took it, that was a bit improv where I went to go check on it, but I was also like, yo, you good? And after I asked him, like, hey, so how was it? He's like, man, that fucking sucked. And I'm like, I told you, dude. I tried to warn you, man.
Were you a face or a heel in that match?
I was a bit more, I guess, of a heel, but it was way more of a comedic match. So I was less snaky, and it was us just like fucking around and doing stupid spots, honestly. So yeah, but like, at like, pit fight, for example, I'm more of a face, so I just kind of yell, and I'm a bit more of a generic wrestler, I would say.
No, don't put yourself in that category. I don't think you are.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You made an impact in that organization, in that
you.
federation, if you will. But I mean, I was there, and I was cheering you on. I didn't care about the other three chicks. Honestly.
Oh, no, they're good too.
Couldn't care less, honestly.
Okay.
No, I mean they're cool, but I mean I'm talking about the show.
Okay, I hear you.
I was going for my Katrina Creed.
Oh, I appreciate it.
If you rewatch the show, I was cheering you on.
Oh, thank you.
And no, I don't think you're generic at all.
Oh,
I do not think you're generic. I think you have a character that the Queen Cobra is really badass, and it shines out, and especially those vignettes and those promos you do.
Thank you.
I'm afraid of them.
I'm trying.
I took one, and I saw it on your Instagram. I took one. I'm like, okay, I gotta show the audience that she's coming on the show. I took the scariest one that I could have found. I'm like, you're just turning around slowly, look at the camera, and it goes, whoosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, that one.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if this will entice people or not, but hey, who knows? Maybe, right?
Listen.
Maybe.
What's the number on the screen that you see? On your the feed. Never mind. There's views. I can see the views live. But I don't know.
The views.
Yeah, we're somewhere there. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to say it. Exactly. Winning the IWS Championship. Let's get into that.
Yes.
Was this is the inaugural?
So this wasn't the inaugural. I did win the inaugural PCW.
PCW.
Yes,
that's the belt I wanted to hear.
Yes.
PCW, inaugural PCW, and you held that title for how long? Quite some time.
It wasn't a huge amount of time, but it was like a few 3-4 months, I would say.
IWS was the longest. Reign.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
IWS.
I get mixed up with both of them.
I mean, look. I mean, there's so many different feds, and they all have different,
Yeah.
little, I guess, acronyms, if you want to call them that.
Mhm.
So it gets a bit confusing.
Yeah,
But yeah, IWS was my first title. I held that for about a year. PCW, that was the inaugural championship. That was about 4-ish months about. But both feds have been really good to me. And IWS being my home fed, it obviously meant a ton for sure.
Of course.
But yeah, well, I'm not sure which one you'd like to talk about. Both or
both, yeah.
Both, yeah,
You're
sure.
a champion in my book. I want to hear both.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Those reigns, how did you feel about
Fair.
them? What did you do with them? Where'd you go with them?
There, yeah. I mean, so IWS was my first one. Initially, because I started wrestling like later on, I thought it would be something that I would do like once every few weeks, maybe more as a hobby. And then it started consuming my life. And then a ton of things kept happening. So I just kept going with it, right? But my main goal when I first started was winning the IWS Women's Champion. That was kind of like my main target. And they put it on me after about like 30 matches or so, which was a huge honor to me, right? But it happened way sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe within the first couple of years or so. But it was within, I guess, 6, 7, 8 months or so. So it was a huge honor. And I was like over the moon about it. But then there was, after a bit, there was like this pressure, which I think a lot of the pressure I face might be self-induced. But it's because I always want to deliver and do the best that I can, right? And now I'm like, well, I have this belt for like one of the biggest feds in Canada, and I'm representing the women's division. So it's like I need to deliver every time, even though I'm like figuring out who I am as a wrestler, as a performer. I'm figuring that out as a face too. It's one of the places I'm a face, so there's that too. But I also want to deliver with every match, and I also like every match that I go into, like I always, as much as I can, try to make it so that we all come out of it looking better. And I always try to think of the match first, like what can make the best match irrespective of either of us.
That's very nice of you to even think of, like, sometimes, because some wrestlers don't do that. Sometimes they think of it for themselves.
Oh yeah, big time.
And then what's going to make me shine?
Yeah, for sure.
You're not like that. You want to make you want the fed to look good and your match to look good and all. So that's pretty cool to hear.
For sure. Like, no, absolutely. I mean, I think it's, without question that obviously wrestling is an ego-based industry. Yeah. A lot of people with a lot of egos. And it's just kind of how the business is, unfortunately, sometimes. So I think a lot of people do have that mindset. But it's like at the end of the day, when you think about it, it is it's a sport, it's theater, however, whatever you want to call it, but it's a group thing, right? Or it's a duo thing. Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, I'm all good, man. With cats, she can come over here, no problem. But at the end of the day, it's either a group thing or a duo thing. We're working together, even though we're giving the illusion that we're not. At the end of the day, we're working together.
Taking care of each other, being safe.
Right, we're supposed to, right? And so that's always the mindset that I had. Of course, there's things that I want to do to look cool or like my character stuff. Like we all want to do that. But first and foremost, when I go into a match, it's what can make the best match. Like what are we telling in the match? Especially now that I'm more comfortable and experienced, I can think of that more, how our characters can interact and stuff. But first and foremost, it's what the booker wants if they have something specific and how we can structure a match that best delivers it. Because at the end of the day, we're vessels for what the booker wants, right? Like,
Sucks to say that. It's weird to say that in a bit, but it is what it is.
but we are, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're essentially like we're components in this overall like card or fed or series of stories. And essentially we're there to convey what the booker wants through storytelling, right?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And it's like you can have an ego about that. And, you know, like it's fine if people do, but ultimately it's like you have to realize like what we're working towards. And that's the betterment of the Fed, the betterment of the people around us, the betterment of the match, right? So I always approached it in that way too. So every match that I went into, I'm always looking at how we can make the best match, how we can both come out of it looking better, or all of us, whoever's in the match, if it's a 3-way, 4-way, and how we can essentially all elevate each other. That's always how I've approached match structures and planning and stuff. So I had that pressure too, where it's like, it's developing myself and learning as I go, but also just making sure that the people around me look better at the end of it, especially because with IWS, I'm training with a lot of the girls that are part of that Fed, or I'm friends with them. So there's that extra pressure of like wanting to make sure we're all good and we all feel good about it at the end of it. And my booker was my trainer. So there's like that extra pressure too. I don't want to disappoint my coach. That's like the last thing I want to do, right?
Why do wrestlers have that? I find like you don't want to disappoint your coach. Like I heard that. I know Shane Hawk, shout out to you. But at the same time, it's like he did what he had to teach you. If like he taught you what he knows.
True,
right?
true.
So it's like if you mess something up, you're not disappointing him. You made a mistake. It's normal. But I mean, at the same time, it's like I have friends that are wrestlers and stuff, and they're always scared to disappoint their coach.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if you trip, it's okay. It's like they're not gonna attack you.
For sure.
You know, it's like it's
For sure.
fine.
Yeah.
Do the best you can do and be a champion in that ring. Take care of you and take care of your opponent. And that's it.
Absolutely.
Comes with the game, right?
Absolutely.
But again, I get what you're saying with the coach thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You want to make him proud.
For sure. But I understand little things like that we can't control, botches or little missteps.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it happens. And that's something I learned too with wrestling. Wrestling has been so interesting in the sense that I feel like it's taught me a lot about myself as I've progressed through it. And something that was really difficult for me prior to wrestling was like making mistakes in front of people. I always felt like I had to do everything right and be like perfect all the time if I was doing something in front of others. And the thing is, you can't do that in wrestling, right?
No.
Especially when you're starting off.
You're on one take.
Well, that's it, right? And someone like me, I don't really have athletic training prior to wrestling. So I'm learning this new athletic thing and putting so much of myself into my new passion that I'm going to make mistakes in front of people, even in training. And it's something I had to get over and I was so uncomfortable with, and I would get really nervous about, but I'm like, I have to do it because I care so much about this and I want to do it so bad that like I force myself to get over it. But it's like, you know, even when I started wrestling and having matches and stuff like that, it's like when little things wouldn't go right, like I'd get so down on myself about it. Even if sometimes it was like the other person, you know, I'm like, maybe I could have explained it better or whatever. And through time, I've learned to just let those things go and just be okay with it. Because I learned it's never going to be exactly how you envisioned it ever. And there's only so many things you can control. There's just certain things that are out of your control and you just have to roll with it. And to just be happy with the things that you put out, like ultimately, because there's always going to be little things. And I'm like, I can't have this mindset all the time because it's not sustainable and I'm going to burn myself out. So I learned to just let it go and just appreciate what I'm doing. And wrestling taught me to do that. So it's cool in that way, you know?
It's funny you saying this, that wrestling taught you so, but I don't know if we want to talk about this. If you don't, it's fine. I saw an article, a TV show about you.
Oh.
About you and your shoot job.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And you're taking care of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, she's worried about herself and wrestling's teaching her things, but you're taking care of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and what you're doing is, I don't know if you want to share it or not, but I mean, it's very much, it's beautiful. Like you're helping the world get better and going through their struggles and situations and stuff. You're taking care of other people, and then you're worried about yourself, about the wrestling ring.
I know.
And messing fucking up in there. You know, it's crazy. It's two personalities, man. It's really like.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing too. It's like with that, like I'm in social work essentially.
Oh, I I'm not gonna say.
Oh, fair.
You want to say it, you say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Fair. I appreciate the distinction. I usually try to separate it too, but then that came out. I don't mind so much, but
It was a beautiful video that what
you.
they did was really nice, and what you showed was really to learn about you a bit more about you, what you do for other people. It was a nice segment.
Oh, thank you.
that they
I
did.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think also like another thing too that kind of like puts things into perspective for me when it comes to wrestling. Like obviously wrestling is super important to me and everyone else that's
And
in
the
this
world,
industry,
yeah.
and it means so much to them as like our passion. Like I understand the emotions that people have in it and why they care so much. But it's like at the end of the day, and I care so much about wrestling. Like I do, it consumes so much of my thoughts. But at the end of the day, it's like at my regular job, I see people that are in such extremely tough situations, right? Who have legitimate problems. And that's not to say that like we don't have legitimate problems in wrestling. We do, but it's just so beyond the scope of what we experience in wrestling typically, especially when it comes to drama and things like that, which I just don't understand. But like I just kind of look at the drama that people get involved in wrestling and is kind of bickering sometimes. And I see that, and at my regular job, I see this legitimate
Real.
suffering and
what's happening for real.
yeah. And
Keeps
it,
you humble.
huh?
Keeps you humble.
100%, because it's like, man, these guys, I do have issues in my life for sure, but it's like, there's so many people I help that are in dire circumstances, like really extreme situations. And comparatively, we really don't have it that bad. So when it comes to little things that maybe don't go your way in wrestling, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal in the end, because this is
Yeah.
what's really
Round of
happening
applause,
outside
yeah.
of it.
It's funny because some wrestlers take it to the point of like it's their whole life. It consumes their whole life. Must consume their
It
whole
does.
life.
It does.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing a character. It's a show.
That's it. Yeah.
Like you're going home in your bed
Mhm.
and you're being with your family and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like you're playing a show. Don't take it too damn serious. Like
Yeah.
stop doing the drama backstage. Do your work. Do what you said before. The promoter, the vessel, whatever you want to say.
Mm.
I don't agree with that, but I mean,
Fair.
but I mean, you do your job really.
Yeah.
And your passion is pro wrestling. You're wrestling. Your promoter's making you wrestle, and that's it.
Yeah.
Backstage stuff is not
You
necessary.
have the opportunity to do it.
Exactly.
So, and you, for example, are the prime example of you're dealing with real other people's shit,
Yeah.
like real.
That's a force to be reckoned with.
That, and that's like you.
It is.
You're a tough chick. I gotta give it to you, Katrina. I know that's your shoot name, but I mean, I'm not gonna call you by your real name. But you're a tough cookie. Like,
I try.
she's a tough. I don't want to say the B word, but I mean, you're a tough. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. Thank you. I try.
Physically strong, mentally. Fuck, you gotta deal with other people's problems.
Mm.
Like,
What?
That's why I'm putting you on the pillow.
Oh,
Why
geez,
people
I
are
appreciate
messaging
it.
me saying she is an amazing show. Shut the
Oh, well, thank you all. Thank you.
Fuck, can I finish my show? Thank you, people. All right. All right, back to the show.
back to the show.
Jesus.
Back to the show.
The culture,
Mhm.
the indie culture.
Yes.
Besides that, I've seen you in other promotions.
Mhm.
I've seen you in Ring of Honor,
Mhm.
AEW.
Yeah, I mean, they technically are affiliated with Ring of Honor now because they bought it out. So
Yeah.
I guess AEW adjacent. Yeah.
And you wrote a post not long ago. I don't want to talk, like you don't
Mm.
have to say it, but it meant something to you. And
Mm.
that moment in Ring of Honor meant something to you.
Yes.
Sure, if you want to share that.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so essentially, like when I started wrestling again, like essentially I had a few matches before COVID. COVID happened. We didn't have matches here or shows for like a year and a half. And I was training intermittently during that time. After a bit, I was like, maybe this is a sign from the universe that like, I don't know, I should let it go. 'Cause
Ugh.
you have aches and pains already by that point. You know what I mean? So I was like, maybe I should just focus on school and these other things. So I only got back to wrestling towards the end of 2022. And not long after I started again, I started in October 2022. And about a month and a half later, I found out essentially about like my dad who got diagnosed with cancer. And it was a bit crazy because like he didn't have many symptoms prior to that. Like he had some symptoms maybe like a few months before, but they got blood tests and everything done and everything was fine, right? And then suddenly he just had a really intense pain like towards the beginning of December. And then they diagnosed him with like terminal cancer, right? Out of nowhere. Even though the years before he didn't really have any symptoms. So it was really out of nowhere. And So grappling with that, like we pretty much found out about the diagnosis. He wanted to be treated at home. So I pretty much moved back to stay with my parents at that point to like take care of him. My job was gracious enough, like the current job that I'm still with, I was still with them at that point. They were gracious enough to give me paid leave while I took care of my dad, which for as long as it took, which was really great. So like I spent all that time with him and I was with him until the end. And then within 3 weeks he passed. So it was a lot to process. You know, it was like a diagnosis out of nowhere, 3 weeks of taking care of him and just seeing how rapidly he was deteriorating from like day to day.
Wow.
It was like really intense and really tough. It was literally from one day to the next, you could see him getting weaker and weaker. And it was like, you have to stay strong for him. So it's like, you know, I put on like a brave face and smile and take care of him and get him what he needed. But it's like internally you're dying. But you can't, I don't want him to see that because I don't want him to worry about it. Right. And I felt like he was kind of doing the same thing. And then within 3 weeks, he was just gone. Right. Like, so it's just like processing
yourself.
Yeah. It was tough. It was a lot to take in, just between like the diagnosis, his deterioration health wise within a few weeks.
Badass.
Well, thank you. We try. I was lucky to have a support system around me with friends, and even my job just giving me that time off was great of them. But then it's like essentially from finding out his diagnosis, and then within a month we're like planning his funeral. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then we planned his funeral, had it, and then I went back to work at that like a week later because at that point I was working as director of the organization, right? So, and with nonprofits, there's like never any money ever, and we're always stressed all the time, right? So I didn't want to put all that extra labor onto people, especially being the director at that point. So a week after I was back at work, right? And then just continuing with wrestling, which I just started again. So that first year was tough. And then, because that was kind of always lingering in the background. And then when Ring of Honor happened, I'd essentially done extra work for AEW a couple times by that point, not expecting a match. And then I had a match, literally, it was almost like a year to the day of when I found out about my dad's cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy to me, like how much things can change in a year. And I remember how difficult that year was emotionally, just processing all of that and trying to maintain, you know, this really intense nonprofit job, being in this really intense industry as wrestling. There's like no respite, like really.
Yeah, you couldn't breathe.
Really, honestly, there you can't. And just continuing that and having so much difficulty just doing day-to-day things, but just forcing myself to do it because I had to. And then at the end of it, it sometimes seems like it's pointless, but at the end of it, there was that waiting for me.
Payoff.
Like a year. Yeah, exactly. Almost a year to the day. And it just, I think it's just a testament, like to me and to other people who are going through similar things. It's like, you can't always see what's there, what you're working towards. But sometimes if you just push yourself through it, despite how difficult it is, it can be worth it because there's things like this that are waiting for you. You know?
I remember when you posted that post not too long ago. I mean, like I read it and I felt for you and stuff. But I'm like, I remember because I'm not an AEW fan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm a WWE guy, but I love Ring of Honor from the beginning till even now.
Right.
So when I was watching Ring of Honor that episode, and you popped out of nowhere because I heard you like the whispers of IWS and like who Katrina Creed was. And when you popped up on the show, I'm like, I know her. I know her. That's Katrina Creed. And I was like, and I was so, for a fan, and I know other fans too. Okay, for a fan to see one of our own on that platform, on that stage, being there, you kicked everybody out. Like it was just a proud moment for all of us fans. Say that's fucking Katrina Creed. That's it, you know. And whatever the outcome was, whatever it was, but you did it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You fucking did it.
Hell yeah.
And we admire you for doing that stuff. So you did a good job. And then he was up there watching you for sure.
Yeah.
So like that's the one thing. 1 year to the day, but kicked ass that day. Must have thought of him that day. He was in that arena.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Sorry,
Appreciate
I don't
that.
want to.
You're all good. Appreciate that.
There's always has to be a sad moment on the show.
At some point.
There you go.
We gotta
get to be a real episode.
We gotta go there. We're gonna go to
There you
commercial
go.
break, my guy.
Yeah.
Katrina, we're gonna go back to the rest. Have a cool commercial. I'm
Yeah.
sponsored by Capco Championship belts, hence the
Okay.
championship belts that are here. You have the overlay up. All right, cool. I want you to think of your top 5 belts
Oh, damn.
that you've enjoyed in your career, even holding IWS title, whatever it may be, and also in the feds. Which ones you find beautiful? because I got to do that. So yeah, we're gonna
Fair.
hit a commercial break and we're gonna get back to you.
Fair.
Got it?
You just made the list.
This is the list. Turn it up. Let the records twist. Top 10 stories that you don't wanna miss. Brought to you loud from the heart of the fans. After the slam, yeah, we're making a stand. Yeah, we're making a stand.
You just made the list.
And we are back. And Katrina Creed,
Yes.
you just made the list.
Wah.
Shout out Chris Jericho.
Hey.
All right. This segment is sponsored by CapGo Championship Belts. I would like to know your top 5 favorite championships that you've seen held or just wish to have one day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously the IWS Women's Championship, as I mentioned, that was like my main goal when I started off. So that was huge for me. I also think it's just a sick looking belt.
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty cool.
It is really cool. Like with the red leather and stuff like that, just like the actual plate. I thought it just aesthetically looked very sick, even without the meaning that it's attached to it. So that's definitely up there. The Acclaim Women's Championship, which is the belt that I currently have, is really sentimental to me. I also think it looks really cool as well. But it's also a really sentimental belt to me, and one of the ones that means the most, honestly. Just because Acclaim is a fed that means so much to me. The fans mean so much to me. They're really one of the first promotions that took a chance on me and gave me regular bookings, like monthly bookings. You know, I've been with them in some capacity since like 2023 and regularly since the beginning of 2024. So I've been with them for like 2 years now and a bit, like almost every month. And they really gave me a base to like flesh out my character. And I feel like they're instrumental in who I became as a wrestler. If it wasn't for them, there's no way I'd be where I'm at now, 100%. So Acclaim means so much to me. Like holding that belt, like, is honestly one of the greatest. Like I've done a lot of things in my career, but it's one of the top things for me because of how much it means to me and how much that fed means to me. So that's up there for me for sure. Maybe I'll get some flack for this, but I think it's a cute belt. I think the old Divas belt was really cute.
Why did I know you were going to go there?
It's cute, okay? I have a thing for pink
That
stuff
butterfly
too.
thing?
Yes. I'm sorry. But like, I have a thing for, like, I think pink things can be cute. And
yeah, I like pink.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a pink guy too, but I mean, like, but Jesus, that butterfly thing?
yeah, it's cute.
Whatever.
I like it. Okay.
The Rock.
Well,
There you go.
fair. We'll have our differences.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, I know it was like a bit extra, but like the AEW, like the world title belt, especially the first rendition, I don't know if it's deviated too much, but it was a bit extra, but I liked it. It looked really luxurious. It's a bit extra and maybe doesn't work with my character so much, even who I am as a person, but I just liked the look of it. I know you're not an AEW guy, but
No, it's not, I'm not. It's not that I'm not AEW. I just don't tend to watch it.
fair.
I love the athletes, the wrestlers there.
Fair.
I mean, that's. I don't watch it.
To each their own.
Yeah.
And if we're going with 5, you know, I'm not like a huge belt person, but I guess the name for it, like the Eagle belt from back in the day, I feel like that's a classic. Honestly,
I have it in the other room.
Yeah, it's
You can take a picture with it after.
okay. Yes,
Okay.
because honestly, it's like, especially thinking of it back in the day, that to me is kind of when I think of a world title belt. Probably because I grew up with it. Like that's
Bret
the
Hart,
belt. Yes,
Hulk Hogan,
Yes,
Shawn Michaels,
that's the
Ultimate
belt.
Warrior.
Yeah.
You know, those are the not so much Ultimate Warrior, but I mean,
Well,
Bret Hart, man. Bret Hart was the man.
Yeah, he was, man. He's my fucking dude.
That's too, but don't talk about Goldberg now.
Ew.
Don't talk about Goldberg.
We're not gonna go there.
That's the situation.
Yep.
You okay?
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just gonna.
You know what? I'm gonna get myself my drink too.
Yeah,
I'm
just
a
a little.
I'm a little parched, if you will.
Mhm. Yes, a
All
little
this
bit too.
talking. It's all this talking we're doing.
I know,
Cheers.
right? Little drink skis. Yeah.
We're doing a Cody Rhodes here. You know, shout out to Cody Rhodes.
He's like a cool dude.
With a
I gotta say.
podcast, you know, I try to tend to do my podcast like his.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair.
Dream opponents,
So are we talking indies or like main fans?
whatever you want.
Okay. I've been really lucky in the sense that a lot of the people I wanted to face, especially on the indies or somewhat indies, because they were signed with TNA for a while, I got to do pretty early on. And it's unfortunate everything that happened with her, with the allegations and everything. And it was kind of heartbreaking for me to see this. But, actually, Masha Slamovich, yes. But Tessa Blanchard, I mean, despite everything, I can separate like the talent from the person. She is like really talented as well. I don't think anyone can dispute that, despite how you might feel about her personally. And same thing with Masha, you know, like despite how you might feel about her personally with everything that came out. As a worker, I think she's extremely talented. And prior to everything coming out, she was definitely top for me, like up there. She might have been even number one. And I got to face her actually in a triple threat. Yeah, with Christera for IWS.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was like honestly just great for me. A great experience. Getting to experience that with Christera as well, who's like
she's awesome.
She's great. She's a fucking.
I'm trying to get her on my show too.
Oh yeah, fair. She's great.
And she's like, she doesn't answer me. But.
Oh, fair. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's lots of messages all the time from different people, so it's hard to tease out sometimes.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's tough, but Christera is great. She's a great wrestler. She's a great person. She's like my best friend in this industry. Like we talk like all the time. So just getting to experience that with her as well in that triple threat, like made it that much more special.
Yeah.
And just being in the ring with Masha, like, you know, you can see it when you watch her wrestle. She has this presence and this like intensity. And she's the only person I've been in the ring with where it's like in the ring, it's like even more intense. Like I've never been in the ring with someone who had the presence she did. Like, and I was telling Christera that after the match, I'm like, I just feel like we're almost out of our league in a way, which I don't normally feel that way when I'm wrestling people, like even if it's maybe others who are bigger names, but I felt that way after that match. And I told Christera that, and I'm like, I need to fucking get to that level, whatever it is. I don't know how, but it's like, I need to work to get to that because it just felt different being in the ring with her. And despite everything, again, in her personal life, at least when it came to like planning and stuff like that, she was really chill, super nice. And she had a lot of creative ideas when it came to like match planning and different ways to get into spots, which I really appreciate. And her and Zoe Sager are, I feel like, two of the people that I wrestled that have like some of the best minds for wrestling when it comes to that, in terms of like how to get into certain like sequences, but like different group spots, just like creative things that I don't really see too often. Mm-hmm. They were able to think of things, like you give them something and they're able to like creatively think of something. So I thought that was really cool. And I learned a lot just being in the ring with her. So that was super sick. Another person I really wanted to go up against was Jody Threat. And I was able to go up against her a few times. So I had a tag match with her at C4. I had this, it was a bit impromptu, three-way hardcore match in Nova Scotia against Craven and Jody Threat. I initially flew out there to have a singles with someone, but she was sick that day. So then I got thrown into like their hardcore match. So it ended up being a three-way street fight. Like we were suplexing each other onto the fucking floor. Like it was a bit intense, but it was fun. And then it was actually because of that match, I ended up getting a singles at Demand Lucha with Jody Threat. And that's still one of like my favorite matches that I've ever had.
I was going to ask you that question. Okay. Huh? I was going to ask
you
that
really?
question.
Okay. Yeah. We can talk about it. Yeah. So that match was really cool. Like Demand has been really good to me in the sense that they've given me a few opportunities already. I'm actually going to be wrestling for them again in August as well. But they've been nice in the sense that like they paid for my trans and obviously regular payout and whatever to bring me in from Montreal just to wrestle for them, which they don't always do just like that, you know? So I like that meant a lot that they were willing to just bring me in solo, you know, just to wrestle for them. So that really meant a lot. And that match with Jody Threat, it was also a bit impromptu because initially it was supposed to be a trios match. And literally the night before, because it's a long drive, like Toronto's like 6-7 hours easy, right? So it's like the night before, as I'm like packing stuff, I'm in the group chat and they put the new card. Oh, bless you.
Jesus.
Sorry.
All good.
Jesus.
My bad, bro.
Hey, dude, I honestly sneezed. I'm not even joking. Like 10 or 15 times today. I don't know what's going on.
I'm so sorry.
So no shame. No shame, dude. I'm with you.
We're having a moment with this match, man. No, it's all right.
Carry on, carry on.
Um,
Oh, she's gonna sneeze now.
yeah, maybe. I'm like, did I jinx myself?
It is
Because
contagious.
yeah, no joke. Like I'm not. I swear I sneezed like over 10 times or close to it today.
Okay.
So might happen. It might happen.
Have you been closer? Maybe. but,
Maybe.
Just not on the mic, please.
Oh well. Okay.
All
right.
Continue your story. Yeah.
Oh no, you're all good. Right. So demand. So the night before, right, we're in this group chat and they post the card, and then I see it's just Katrina versus Jody, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Because it's supposed to be a trios, right? And I don't know if I asked there or like if I asked when I got to the venue, but now it's like, shit, I'm going up against Jody Threat in a singles at Demand Lucha, which is like probably one of the biggest fans like around our area, maybe in Canada. And now I have this whole drive to kind of like think about it, but it's like, I would have liked to maybe prepare a bit more. I don't know. And then the match itself was honestly one of my favorites. And it meant so much to me that like, he was willing to do that. Jordan, who's like the main promoter booker there, that he did that for us. And it was essentially because he saw that 3-way match in Nova Scotia. I think they just posted it that week. He happened to see it, liked it enough. He decided to put us into a singles, which is really cool. And the match itself, I think, was supposed to be like 10 to 12.
6 to 8.
It ended up being close to a 20-minute match, actually.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it was like maybe 17, 18. Obviously, like, you know, like maybe I'll structure matches more or collaborate, but it's like primarily she was structuring stuff. I put in my stuff and I collaborate a bit with her, but she's the vet. So of course I'll let her lead and I'll follow. And I'm not even sure. It didn't seem like it would be a crazy match lengthwise when we were planning it. Maybe we go a bit over, but I guess with the pacing and everything else, when I looked at it back, it was like 17 or 18 minutes, like from bell to bell, you know? So I'm surprised and happy I could keep up. And
again, badass.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But it was a super fun match. It was one of my favorites even today.
So you said indie chicks. Now.
Yes.
People in the feds.
Yes.
Who would you dream to be a part, like, to face against?
Fair. I'm a big fan of Thekla, honestly.
Ooh.
Thekla? Well, AEW, yeah.
AEW, I get it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of her. And I know sometimes people think like her promos are a bit campy, but I kind of like it. I like the fact that it's a bit campy, but she still kind of gets her character through. And I find her very endearing.
Who's the chick that looks like the character in Scooby-Doo?
Oh, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie,
I
like
love her. Yeah, I love her. She's another one.
I like her.
Yeah.
Like she's badass too.
Yeah.
I like her. Like,
she's another one. Honestly,
okay.
Jamie Hayter's another one too. She's fucking sick. I have nothing but respect for her
she's
too.
Awesome.
Yeah, like hard hitting and everything. Like that's my fucking
she
shit.
looks cutesy when she comes up, and when she's fucking punches someone in the face,
yeah,
you hear it.
There you go, man.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm all about that shit. So she's definitely another one too. But yeah, just off the top of my head, those are two right there.
Nobody in the WWE?
The WWE? There's so much talent in the WWE that's coming out, especially these days.
Can I say a match I see you, like, if I was a booker in WWE and I would put you against?
Who?
Asuka.
Oh man, that'd be cool, man.
Honestly, see you versus Asuka.
That'd be cool. It's sad that she's taking time off.
I don't know
like,
the rumors. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not Dave Meltzer.
No, fair. Yeah,
So,
fair.
I don't go into the rumors.
Fair.
I don't read that stuff.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I just hope she's okay and everything. Like, I don't know if it's true or not. I heard it might be a family thing back home. So I hope, you know, whatever's going on, she's okay.
You know more than I do.
Well, I don't even know if it's legitimate. I have no idea.
There's one thing when I started this podcast, I started with the fans. I interviewed a lot of the fans because we're all fans of this, right?
Yeah, in the end.
And then now I'm starting getting the wrestlers, for example, you. So now, when I started, I never was a part of the dirt sheets. And I told my guests, the show is not about the dirt sheets. It's not about what's going on backstage. There's other podcasts that are doing that.
Yeah.
There's other people that could talk out of their ass and they don't know what they're talking about. Here, I want it to be organic. I want to know the person.
Right, I hear you.
So that's the difference between me and every other podcast out there. So
fair, yeah. I mean, I appreciate that.
So
you know,
the dirt sheets, I don't know. I don't read them. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm a professional wrestling fan since the age of 3. Okay, I'm 37 now. I'm from 3 years old. I've enjoyed it. Ask my producer guy. He knows I've lived wrestling my whole life,
Loves it.
and I
Never met
watched.
anyone more passionate.
Yeah. And I
It's
watched the show.
Mhm.
Now I watched WWE, I watched WCW, I
Right.
watched ECW, I watched the show. And when it came to the wrestlers, whatever happens in their personal life or something, it's
Right.
none of our goddamn
In
business.
the end, right? Yeah, in the end,
know?
I feel like people sometimes have this sense of entitlement to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not you don't have like it's none of our business. Enjoy
Yeah.
what they're doing because they're entertaining you now. You put your body on the line
Yeah.
to entertain us, the crowd watching the show.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. Why do you have to know about what the fuck is going? Why do you have to fucking know about what bank account and what money comes from and
Yeah.
who's fucking who? Like who gives a shit?
Yeah. In the end, no, 100%. I'm with
I
you.
fucking
Yeah.
hate that shit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's when you fall in love with the character. You want to know everything about them.
I
Yeah,
don't
there's
give
that,
a
yeah.
shit. I want to watch you get speared out of it. I don't care about your. If it's something like no, we're friends now. Something's up with you. I'll reach out, say everything good, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, not because I know you.
Right.
I don't know the person. My favorite wrestler was Edge.
Right.
That member scandal with Edge and Lita.
Right.
Am I gonna text
yeah.
Edge? Hey, bud, what's going on with you and Matt Hardy? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I mean?
straight up. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. I hear you.
Be a fan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a bit much, especially these days. There's
Holy
like these
crap.
weird parasocial relationships that people get into sometimes, like one-sided, just thinking that they're like, maybe not attached. Well, some people might be obsessed and think they actually have legitimate attachments with people, but like this sense of entitlement, as I mentioned, where they just feel like they deserve to know everything about that person, and it's up to that person's discretion what they want to divulge.
Dude, you're in your mother's basement with with your underwear on in front of a computer. Get a life.
There may be some that do that, which hey, you know.
1 hour. We're 1 hour. Okay, we're almost there.
Oh, okay.
She's not in a rush. Pusa Fest.
Who's the best?
Let's talk
Who's
about
the
that. Let's put
best?
that flyer up. Because I know we got the Queen Cobra wrestling 3 times in one day.
Yep.
Psychopath that she is.
Yep. Twice in an hour at some point.
Really?
Yep. We'll figure that one out.
Is
but-
it up there? All right. Pusa Fest is happening right now. It's free in a certain area at the L'Esplanade.
I believe so. That's where it was last year. I feel like it's the same spot.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Some you got to pay, some you don't. But if you want to see Katrina Creed, if you're in the Montreal area watching after the slam right now, and you want to watch this amazing superstar in my book,
There we
okay,
go.
wrestle 3 times in one night,
Mm-hmm.
in one day.
Yep.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Lot of work.
3 different opponents?
2 of the same, but one is going to be a tag that's different. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like choreographed, or this is like
Well, it looks like. Well, maybe I shouldn't divulge too much information. You'll have to watch.
have to be there at Pizza Fest. If you like poutine, you like pizza, you got to be there and watch the Queen Cobra kick some effing ass.
Yep.
All right, sir, back to the show. See, commercials. See how good I am?
Yeah.
I'm not that good, but I'm good.
Hey, no, hey, not bad.
All
I got
right.
it.
Katrina Creed,
Yes.
personal goal. Goal. Sorry,
Mhm.
goal. What is a personal goal that you want in the pro wrestling industry in your career coming up in the near future?
Well, there's been a major one that I've been really vying for that seems like it might be in the works. So
Can you share that? No, I can't.
not really.
Oh, this is after the slam. Nobody's
Yeah.
watching.
Also don't want to jinx it, but it's a huge
Don't
one.
jinx it.
So like
Well, damn.
we're gonna see.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're
we
gonna
would
see.
find out. Right? We're gonna see.
Yeah.
And we're gonna post it on Instagram.
Yep.
And all socials. And then
Appreciate
okay, and then we'll find out that. Okay, what
Appreciate
else?
it. And that's been one that I've been going for a while. So we'll see what happens with that.
Mhm.
And that was honestly kind of like my main thing that I had going on for the next year or so. So that, if that works out, that'd be excellent. And outside of that, I think, I've just been really lucky, I think, so far in my career. And again, like I don't, sometimes when I say that, people think I'm undercutting myself. I'm not. Like
you are.
I've put in the work, like I've put in work that sometimes people don't even see in terms of like traveling and networking and just training and stuff. Like consistently, I try.
You have been at almost every seminar you've trained with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, that was a
IWS.
great seminar.
Okay, you went to Vegas.
I did, yeah.
How was WrestleMania, by the way?
It was really.
Don't talk about it. I'm jealous.
Okay, well,
Okay, I'm very upset with that. Anybody that went to Vegas to WrestleMania, the show, just the fact that you went to WrestleMania.
it was cool. I have to admit, I won't say much more.
But talk to me about the seminars because I
Yeah.
know you've trained in out of country, out of Canada.
Yes, I have.
You've been to
Yeah, in terms of training, so I've been to different schools. So obviously IWS, my home fed. I've been to the Keep out in Gatineau. That's like Evil Uno and Stu Grayson's fed.
Mystery Wrestling.
Yeah, which
Okay.
they've been great to me. I love those dudes. I have nothing but love for that crew, honestly. Just really good workers, professional, no
I gotta
drama.
reach out to Evil Uno.
Great. Yeah, no, they're great. I fucking adored that crew so much. I went down to Cheeseburger School in Philly and I trained there. Like him and I are pretty good friends. So I've been training there a few times. I went to Catch Point for a bit at some point too, when I was in the area like last year. I also like prior to, I guess them kind of getting canceled and prior to COVID, I went down to Chikara for like a month and I trained there. In between like school semesters, I like worked at a bartending job, saved up some money, and then just like went there for a month. Because like,
see, you worked hard to do something like in part time and get that cash and get the fuck out.
I tried, yeah, like I tried. Especially back then, it's like our school now has more classes, but back then they only had 2 a week, and I just wanted to train as much as possible. So like Chikara at that point had like 5 or 6 classes a week, sometimes like twice in a day. Sometimes I'd stay for like 4 or 5 hours to train. I learned quite a bit through them. And so that was a great experience, like a great learning experience anyway. Outside of that, I trained a bit in Ireland.
Yeah.
I trained at OTT school. I trained, and that's where like Becky Lynch comes from.
Yeah.
I trained at Fight Factory as well. That's actually Finn Balor's school that he started.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, the fucking cardio at that school I've never fucking done cardio that was that intense before in my life. And what's like really fucked up about it, okay, is that we do this super intense cardio, these pretty elaborate sequences right afterwards too, that are also cardio intensive. And then you know what these motherfuckers do after? They just drink. That's it. No food, man. We just go and we drink after. We fucking get a buzz going, and the next day, we fucking train again, cardio again, man.
That's the worst thing.
Oh, dude, and it's like I'm like, how are these guys so cut? No, dude, it was atrocious, man.
That's the worst thing ever.
No, it was so bad. Like honestly, I spent a week in Ireland, and I don't drink that much anymore, like because I'm usually wrestling, whatever, and I don't drink usually before training ever, except when I was there. But I was there for a week. I trained like 3 days and I did a show there. And I think we drank 2 or 3 times before training. And then of course after the show, because it was open bar.
Thailand style.
Well, I guess I've heard things.
Me too.
Oh, dude. It was just rough. And I'm looking at these guys, they're all cut. And I'm like, how? Because they drink so much. I'm like, it's the cardio.
The cardio, and we don't eat.
The alcohol dehydrates you.
They don't
Maybe
eat.
that too. Yeah. And you look at Finn Balor, man, that guy's cut, right? And this is his school. So it's like the shit that he was probably doing, they're still doing. And I'm like, no shit, he's so cut because that cardio, I've never done cardio like that in my life.
Eat too, right?
Oh, yeah. Luckily, it wasn't so bad there because it's like not crazy hot and it's not super humid. So it wasn't too bad. They were actually surprised I was able to keep up. And they told me by the end of it, because usually people can't hack it, right? But it's just my cardio is usually good. I was doing kickboxing more so, like more regularly at that point, which helps. If I wasn't doing that, I probably would have been fucked, man. Honestly.
Shit.
And even with the kickboxing cardio, I was still fucking tired by the end of that. It was, dude, it was.
How was the Japan trip?
It was amazing.
The
So
food and all that, yeah.
it was awesome. So I would have loved to train there too, because I was there for a month and I tried. I reached out to different people, but oddly enough, at least the 2 schools that I reached out to where I knew people, it's like maybe it just happened to be that time period. They were only training like once a week. And it's like either at a show or I was on the other side of the country at that point when it was like lining up with their schedule. Also, what kind of sucked is that like right before I left for Japan, I was down in Philly for GCW and I was like flying out from Philly, right? And I got this like crazy allergic reaction, which I found out was an allergic reaction, but I didn't know what was happening at that point. Like it started earlier in the day. I was helping out with room crew and stuff like that. And like, it's just, I started tearing here, right? And like the side of my eye was just really itchy. And then it just got progressively worse and I started tearing more. And then the other side started tearing and I started getting crazy congested. And I was there by about noon, which is when it started. By around like 10 at night, man, I was ducking in and out of the show and I was just like, it was like I was crying nonstop and my eyes were burning. Like it was crazy. And I had a flight out to Japan the next day at 7 a.m, right? So
Adrenaline.
yeah, dude, Cheeseburger's my dude, man. This guy has helped me out a ton. So I was staying at his place for a bit and he was going to drive me to the airport, wake up at like 4 a.m. to do it. And like essentially like I had to duck out from GCW. I was gonna help them with teardown. And I'm like, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but like I need to like go to a pharmacist or I don't know, because like everything's closed. I luckily had traveler's insurance, but it's like I didn't know who to call at that point, doctor-wise.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to drive like across town to get kind of closer to Cheeseburger's place. It was like almost an hour. And dude, it was one of the craziest drives of my life because my eyes, I could barely open them. And like, I guess I started developing like light sensitivity. So even the fucking street lights, man, as I was driving, they were like going into my eyes and they were fucking hurting. So I was literally like this driving, ongoing traffic with the headlights, especially those really intense beams would come in and I would block it. This is totally like Coach Richard, thank you for like kickboxing because he taught me how to block like this. Yeah. So literally, so as I was driving and they would come in, I would drive like this as I'm kind of going like that. So I drove like that for almost a fucking hour to get to like around Cheeseburger's place. And then I got to a pharmacy that was open. I bought shades like at the pharmacy and put them on.
Crazy.
Because like the lights hurt so bad. And I looked probably fucked up, right? I'm just like walking around with shades in the fucking pharmacy that I haven't bought yet. And I'm telling the dude, I'm like, look, I'm going to pay these at the cash. I just need to see the pharmacist because I'm like not well. So I tell him what's going on. He's like, it sounds like an allergic reaction. Maybe try this. I don't know, like just over the counter shit. So I tried it and I'm just like sitting in my car. Nothing's happening. And so I tell Cheeseburger what's going on. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go over to your place. It's like another 30 minutes. And I'm like, I am not happy, right? So I fucking drive over. I'm laying down. I'm trying to close my eyes and my eyes I can't even close them. They hurt so much. Like they are burning, dude. Cheese was nice enough to get me like these warm compresses that I put on my eyes. And that's the only thing that helped. And I was able to sleep. I got super lucky because in my head, I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to take a flight to Japan that's 14 hours like this, right? I got super lucky because the arrival time was 2 minutes later. I was able to like change it without charge to like the day after. Oh, thank God. So the next day, I slept a few hours. The next day, I had traveler's insurance. So I called a doctor, did a remote thing. They sent me a bunch of meds. She's like, it was probably an allergic reaction, maybe to black mold. I have no idea. I fucking went to a pharmacy, spent like fucking $300 on meds that got reimbursed after a claim. But the meds were like super intense and they caused drowsiness, right? And mind you, it's all these different schedules, like take these pills every 4 hours, take these every 4 hours, this every 6 hours. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure this out when I'm all fucked up. And there's like a fucking 13-hour time change. So I have to figure out what meds I'm taking with the time change as I'm on this plane with these fucking like this nasal spray. It was fucking crazy. Like Cheese was fucking amazing. He drove me to the fucking pharmacy. And then he fucking the next day, the flight again was at 7 a.m. We woke up at 4 and he fucking drove me to the airport because he's awesome. And then I was so fucked up on meds and drowsy that I slept for the whole flight practically. But for like the first 10 days, I was a bit out of it when I was in Japan because of the meds, right? And I was like pretty tired. So that cut into some training time as well. Yeah.
Time change fucks you
as well.
Asia's horrible.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's like a completely other day practically. Yeah. It was rough.
Like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Asia is like completely further and it's fucking 12
Forget
hours.
it. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I guess you went to Thailand, you were saying?
Thailand,
there you go.
Bali and Cambodia.
Okay, you know. You know. That's it, man.
Solid 5 days. Like,
I went to Paris.
Oh, nice. How was that?
Shit.
Oh, was it?
But I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it does, man. So like between that and the meds, which made me pretty drowsy for like the first week or so that I was there, I did all my bookings. I had 7, but that cut into like a third of my trip almost, right? But I was still like doing touristic shit. I'm like, I'm still gonna walk around and do stuff. So I was still like fucking venturing, and Japan was awesome. The people were so nice. Like the people were so respectful, so sweet and considerate. Like they did so many nice things for me while I was down there. I feel like that's the thing I took away the most from that trip. I was thinking, like professionally, just as a worker, I would evolve and progress so much more. And certainly it helped, but like it was really just the people, yes, culturally, that it had such an impact on me. Like they're such great people, so considerate, like so compassionate. I had such a nice time. Like these no, honestly, like legit. Like they surprised me on my birthday because it was my birthday there. So they like called me out, and like a lot of them don't fully understand English or speak it, so it was hard to understand. They try. So they were like telling me like, okay, when she calls your name, like go out. I'm like, why? They're like, surprise, go. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And it was because it was my birthday plus a few other people. So then she was telling the people it was my birthday, and everyone was like, oh, and I took the mic. I'm like, oh, thank you, whatever. They brought out champagne as like a celebratory thing.
Flowers.
Almost, they gave food. Well, they always give food and stuff and gifts after. Like, man, it's just they gave me one of the feds that I worked for. Yeah, like they gave me a DVD as a parting gift on my last dates with them. They're like, hey, we made a DVD for you, like your first show. So here you go. They like printed out, they put me in a magazine there and they printed it out for me and gave it to me. I'm like a bit of a space case sometimes, but it was way worse in Japan, where at some point I left all my shit. Well, not all my shit, but some of my shit, like makeup and whatever in Kobe, which is like an hour out of Osaka, which is where I was staying. And a few days later on my last date, Kenji-san, who I was talking to a lot, who helped me a bunch, was like, hey, you forget something a few days ago? I'm like, yeah, I forgot. And I thought he would just kind of like, make a joke out of it. And he's like, don't worry, delivery coming in today. And so the dude, I don't even know if he lives in Osaka. Like, I don't know where this guy lives, but the dude from that I had a match with comes in on a scooter with a bag of my stuff. And he's like, here you go, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, like, if you're not from
Oh my God.
their whole goal is to make sure they honor you in the best way possible.
Yeah, dude.
That's their whole culture. Like, it's next level.
It's
That's almost,
so
that's almost not like here, but
It's insane. It really is.
it's amazing.
It's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
let's all move to Japan then.
Yeah, I don't like legit. I thought about it. I'm like, fuck, I'll see how it goes here the next few
Maybe
years.
not move, but you gotta go at least once.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing, honestly.
Do
So
a
nice.
podcast over there,
Anywhere in Asia.
Live.
You go to Asia. Fucking next
Live for the
Yeah.
first time
Yeah.
after the Slam podcast, live in Japan. I want to ask you this one. How do you manage personal and wrestling, like relationships and all that stuff, like in your life?
Good question.
Yeah.
Because it's tough. Like your personal
is.
job is one thing,
Yeah.
your shoe job is one thing, and then you have your wrestling career that you
Yeah.
can focus on after, like personal life, boyfriends, whatever it may be, or how do you manage all that?
You don't. Non-existent. Non-existent.
The best answer.
Okay, next question. My bad.
Like legitimately, there's just no time.
Shit, I don't know. Shit.
It's tough because it's like I'm busy with regular work, and then outside of that, most of my time I'm traveling or doing wrestling stuff or promos or watching stuff to like study, or it's often wrestling based stuff that I'm doing. It's a bit like I have to find a way to dial it down a bit, but it's hard because essentially you're your own business, right? You have to keep
Your own
going,
name, yeah.
right? Like you just continually have to either like network and travel or train or work out or do promos or fucking
Wow.
actual shows or like,
Yeah.
so it's
Constant
incessant.
grind.
Huh?
Constant grind.
Yeah, no, like
Consistency
legitimately.
is key.
Yeah, legitimately, like there's no end to it. So it's like I was in a relationship around the time that I first started like wrestling when I came back, but then that ended. And it's like I haven't really had much time to date. Like I haven't put any time into dating. And within wrestling, it's like I try to be careful because low key, a lot of people in wrestling are fucked up. Not gonna lie. And they kind of have issues that maybe they haven't dealt with fully yet. So I'm careful about that. I haven't gotten involved, even though there have been opportunities. there might be some people that are fine that work through their shit, but a lot of people don't. So that kind of scares me. And I think it's also just the fact that it's so linked to my job as a wrestler. I care about it so much. I just don't want it to impact wrestling, right? So I'm careful about that stuff. So I've really just kept to myself because I'm hesitant about wrestlers generally.
Yeah.
And just because, man, the stories I've heard, holy fuck. And so I'm hesitant about that. And outside of that, it's hard to take time to meet people. You know what I mean? So I've done pretty good though. In the past year or so, I've told myself, okay, I'm lucky to have really good friends and like really genuine people in that sense, who are super supportive. So the last year or so, I've been telling myself, I'm going to take more time to actually spend more time with my friends, which I've started doing. I could do more of it, but I'm at least hanging out with my friends more so than I was. Cause at some point, literally the first 2 years, it was just work and wrestling. That's all I was doing, like almost nonstop.
It's hard, right? Because
It's tough.
and then you're around wrestlers all the time, relationship wise and all that. Like you said, wrestlers are fucking nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard. Like,
yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from with that stuff.
Yeah. It's tough.
You want to make your name known. You want to be shown out there, and
Yeah.
it's important. And then you can't have some dude come in the way or something.
At the cost of a personal life.
Exactly. Essentially, right? You have to make that choice. And I
And
feel
the
like
passion for you have for the passion you have for
That's it.
wrestling. Listen, okay, I'm married. I got 2 kids and stuff, and it's now that I'm trying to get my wife into like the
oh
wrestling.
yeah, nice. Nice, yeah.
Like she hates this wrestling stuff.
Fair,
she hates
yeah.
this.
Right.
Like it's taking time away from me. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck.
Oh wait.
You know? And then like now, like she's becoming like she could be like around the wrestlers.
Okay, nice.
She's
Yeah.
coming in.
Oh nice. You're bringing her in
I'm
slowly.
bringing her in
yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
She sees the dollar bills. You know, like, come on in. You know.
Yeah.
But it's good for me. Like I understand where you're coming from. For me, I have this podcast. When I started, I only started this in October 29th is my day that I started.
Okay, nice. Right on.
No, last year. 20. No, what are we now?
26. I know it's
Yeah,
hard
25.
to keep track
I think we're
sometimes.
27.
Dude, I know. It's
Yeah.
Keep moving faster.
October
Yeah.
2025. October 29th, 2025 is when I started this.
right.
And I just keep going. And now it's cool because people are recognizing it.
Yeah.
People are watching, like you said before on our message before. You said you want to get the vibe of it and
Yeah.
want to watch. It's nice to know that, hey, fuck, Katrina Creed is watching my slam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of wrestlers now are reaching out to me to be on the show because they
Oh,
like
yeah.
what I'm doing. It's not like I'm not trying to boost this fucking belt's gonna
Oh,
fall.
all good.
It's my favorite belt. I just like meeting you because you guys, I admire what you wrestlers, superstars.
Well,
You know, really do because you put your bodies on the line every single time that you're out there.
yeah.
And I always wanted to do it, couldn't do it. Like I said, Shawn Michaels back, but I'm in it by doing stuff like this.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing commentary.
Yeah.
I do general manager work for an American company.
Nice. Right
So
on.
it's like I'm enjoying my
You're
time.
involved. You're
Yeah.
involved.
I'm involved in pro wrestling.
There you go, man. Yeah.
So I'm feeling what you're feeling. And
Yeah.
this passion for fucking pro wrestling is it takes over.
It
You don't have-
does.
You don't have to wrestle.
Like
for
the other
passion.
day,
That's
You gotta
true.
give whatever
I
you
gotta
want.
That's
I
true.
put
Give
my
whatever you can.
yeah.
That's it.
I started Bodacious Albert. Like that's my
Yeah.
shtick.
Yo, that was his character since grade school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw.
He'd invite me over. We'd play fucking WWE on the 64, and his character was always bodacious.
So
Has not changed since day one.
and then bring him to
cute.
life.
There you go, man.
There you go,
Hey.
there you go.
Yeah.
It was manifested.
So
fucking
that's
12,
the
13
fucking
years
thing.
old.
Bodacious Albert.
There you
Stayed
go, man.
consistent for all the years.
Told you it was gonna work out.
There you go, man. There you go.
There you go. I'm gonna wind up because I know we have a lot. How many? Which time are we
We're at
on?
123.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Damn.
are you having a good time?
I am, yeah.
Okay, we're not in a rush.
By the way, your number, we're asking
77.
hey.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Hey.
What am I asking now?
We got time.
I got Blue's Clues in my head.
77.
Damn kids. I asked this question to all my guests from the first episode till now. It's a round table question. So you're sitting at a round table. You're learning knowledge. You're learning love. You're learning inspiration at this table. who are 3 people you would want to sit around at a round table with to learn all those 3 things that you said?
So I guess not entirely in wrestling then. So love, knowledge, and wisdom.
It doesn't need to be wrestling. It can
Right.
be anything.
Celebrity,
Anybody
anybody in the
anything.
world, dead, alive.
Fair. So
Everybody does that reaction when you say this question.
It's your biggest inspiration, dead or alive.
yeah. Biggest inspiration. I don't know if I could think of my inspiration. If I'm thinking specifically about the things that you mentioned, like
Look, I'll give you an
knowledge, wisdom.
example. Okay? I say Hulk Hogan,
Mhm.
Michael Jackson,
Right.
and Stan Lee.
And that bleeds through.
And
fair.
that's
Dances, everything he does is those 3 people.
exactly.
Fair,
Yeah.
okay.
So like this is my 3 people that I want to sit down and go
Fair.
and listen.
Fair.
Who are you?
I have different reasons, I guess, for putting them there. And it's like now that you've mentioned like wisdom and knowledge and all of these things,
Yeah.
I'm like thinking more about that.
You could go with that.
Yeah, because it's hard for me. I don't know if I have 3 people that are like my inspirations, like overall. I think as a person, there are a lot of people that inspire me and
Sure,
a lot of people that I
course,
take
yeah.
from. But I think I'm very much someone who's always been like really autonomous. And it's like I always try to carve my own path. Like there's not one person I want to
Yeah.
emulate too much or like take too much inspiration from. But I
Yeah.
do take inspiration from a lot of different people for different
For
reasons.
sure.
You have to.
You only have to, right? You have
Every
to.
star is born somewhere.
Hey,
There
camera
you
guy,
go.
when you're talking, put the camera on you.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. But you know, when you said knowledge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the smartest people, and he seemed to have predicted a few things. So I feel like this dude kind of knew what was going on.
Shit.
No, but Stephen Hawking, right?
Yeah.
Because that guy, I mean, he was talking about AI like taking over and essentially how we have to be careful because maybe eventually it'll become sentient and that might be something we might have to deal with in the future. But something interesting that he brought up, that Neil deGrasse Tyson brought up, that other, I guess, more contemporary physicists seem to agree on, and I'm not even sure how this fully makes sense, but they're essentially, I guess, based on what they're studying in terms of the laws that they know of physics and otherwise, they're starting to think that we're living in a simulation, right? Which is like,
Jesus Christ.
right? So I'm not even sure what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
I
hard to quantify.
right? Like, how do you conceptualize that? What does that even mean? Like, I have ideas, but what is that being generated from, and where does that even come from? So that's like fucking weird to even think of, but
Oh shit.
right? But that seems to be the
I'm
consensus.
thinking about it now. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right? And it's a consensus, but as the science, right? Science is always changing, and there's always different hypotheses and theories that
Yeah.
come in that are disproven. So who knows if it's legitimate and if it's something that's going to stick? But I mean, the fact that a lot of people seem to have that as a general consensus is like interesting and worrisome. But my dude, Stephen Hawking, kind of said this 10 years ago or more before he passed away, right?
yeah.
And I mean, this guy, what was his IQ? What was it 2 something? Like it was high up there.
Smarter than a
Which
lot of
is-
people.
Yeah,
Let's say.
which like the genius threshold is like 140 or 50, right? So he's like obviously, so this guy fucking knew his shit, right?
Mhm.
So I definitely want to talk to him and just ask a million questions that I have pertaining to that and existentialism and all that.
That's a very good one. First one on the first time anyone
Yeah,
said
first
this.
one who's not a
Yeah.
icon, not a wrestler.
Yeah, I like thinking about stuff like that. Like I'm always kind of reflecting on shit like that. I find it intriguing. So I love having discussions like that. So I'd love to learn from him,
Yeah.
you know?
Your people have the secrets, right?
Well, yeah, well, we do hope. We do hope.
Well.
The natives do have fucking secrets.
All right.
Well,
Let's go around.
But also outside of that, well, I mean, indigenous people do for sure. I'm Indian,
yeah.
like Indian from the East, but we have our shit too, you know, ancient. I feel like a lot of ancient cultures and stuff like that, like, yeah, we say, okay, they're more rudimentary and they're a bit more like, you know, they're not as modern or as advanced as we are, but I feel like a lot of them had more knowledge than we realize. And and a lot of it got destroyed, you know, either through like, you know, wars or whatever it may be. And I feel like there's so much information that was lost. And a lot of those people were connected to things that we don't fully understand right now. And we're just far removed from that. So I don't think you're wrong, honestly. Like I feel like there's a lot of knowledge that was stored in a lot of those civilizations that are just gone now.
Yep.
but that's so he's one of them for sure. Now it's like,
one.
yeah, I'm like, what else do I want to talk about or know right now? Do I go entirely knowledge based? I don't know.
Because whatever.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of,
It's a hard question.
yeah, yeah. I guess if we're thinking more wrestling wise, if I'm thinking a bit more in terms of that, I mean, Bret Hart is like up there for me, right?
sure, yeah. He's at everybody's table.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
He's the,
If you don't like him, man, I don't know. I guess it's almost like the
I
same
don't like
people-
Bret Hart.
It's almost like the same people who don't like The Rock. It's like I feel like maybe something is not right up there, but.
Okay.
So, right. Thanks for having me on your show, though. I appreciate it. It's been wonderful talking to you. Okay, I'll see myself back.
Continue. You're making me laugh.
Coconut will see you out.
Oh yeah. Oh, little coconut. Maybe coconut. No. But no, Bret Hart, because like obviously I think he's one of my favorites for sure. He's always going to be a staple for me. I think kind of regardless of where I'm going to be in wrestling, I think he will be unchanging for me. So I just want to just, learn from him as much as possible. Something interesting, like a conversation I had a few weeks or a month or so ago now with people is that like, I kind of noticed with Bret Hart, what's kind of interesting is that when he wrestles, a lot of other wrestlers, when they do stuff in between, they do stuff to get the crowd. And Bret just doesn't do that, right? He just wrestles. And maybe there's minor in between stuff, if that, but he's just kind of focused on what's going on, right? And I feel like and he's still so compelling. There's a lot of wrestlers out there who just wrestle and don't take the time to do those in-betweens to get the crowd, and they're pretty bland. But Bret Hart isn't bland, and he does that. So it's like, I don't even know if he's aware that he does that, or if there's something he does to do it, or if he's just himself.
I never got the point of like when you hit like a clothesline or something, right? And then you're trying to get the crowd going, clap, let's go.
Yeah.
Like Bret never did ever did
Exactly.
something like this.
Exactly. He just did it. He just kicked ass,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, but why is I find him to be one of the most compelling people. And I'm like, what is it that he does?
Facial expression, the
Maybe.
whipping of their hair,
Yeah.
stuff like that was iconic. Like I remember, sorry to cut you off on this.
No, you're all good.
It was the Undertaker's podcast.
Mm.
And Undertaker brought up a match that he had with Bret, and that, Bret finally put Undertaker. This is Undertaker when he used to do the sit up.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, the gray gloves. Undertaker,
Right.
Debut 92, 93, and then when Bret would finally get Taker down, Taker fighting, he would go for like you go to that top rope and then do that elbow. He would go and then Taker would sit up, and then Bret would be like. Whip his head up, and it's like, those facial expressions told the story.
Yeah, I hear you.
So Taker even said that.
Right.
So that's why those little minor things of Bret that didn't have to go like, oh, let's go. No, he just went like, fuck, man, this guy never dies.
Right.
And he continued fighting.
Yeah.
Those things made this, what do you call it? The psychology of the match
Right.
entertaining.
Right.
And when Taker brought that up, I'm like, fucking right, he did.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's that, honestly, because there's a lot of things that our eyes and our minds pick up that we don't realize consciously.
We didn't see it.
But that's it, right?
I didn't see that until fucking someone brought it up.
But that's it.
Oh, fuck, okay.
And it might be that. Maybe it's him just doing that continuously, and it registers to us that it's convincing, whereas other people who just do things maybe don't do that. They don't emote and take the time to emote. But maybe that's what he's doing, and that's what worked, but and maybe it is that, but I don't even know if it's something he realizes he does, but it's also that it's like, I just want to figure that out because like, how are you so charismatic without doing what everyone else does,
Another thing with Bret, WrestleMania 13 with Steve Austin, the switching of the guard.
Yeah. Was that Mania? Yeah,
Mania,
okay.
WrestleMania 13. Bret was a good guy walking in.
And they had to,
And he walked out as a bad guy.
Yes.
But fuck, he didn't do anything different.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything different. You are crazy, bud. It's 3 times. He didn't do anything different to show that he was a bad guy.
Yeah. I feel like That's a crazy thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Special. Just saying special.
He is, yeah. And that too, it's like to be able to shift with the crowd and to improvise essentially when something like that happens and to go with them, like even if maybe other people go more so with it. I mean, when you look at what was it, like Rock and Hogan? What was it?
18, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like I think initially it was planned maybe that they'd have the opposite reactions and the crowd pretty much switch. And so in real time, they had to figure out how to go around that and those reactions and play off it, which is extremely hard to do, right? I mean, that's someone who's competent and feels comfortable in both sides, face and heel, and both people are, right? And being able to essentially change the timing of certain things, maybe certain moves that you're going to do and call it as you go. Like that's fucking extremely hard to do. So I find that, I mean, I have a lot of respect
on
for
that table.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Third person.
And third person. Let's see. I think just because it's been a while and I adore him and he also trained me from the ground up and I respect the fuck out of so much of what he does and his thought process in terms of match structure and everything. Speedball, right? He's one of my trainers.
Speedball Mike Bailey,
and I loved having classes with him and I love being able to talk to him about certain things. So, and it's been a while. So to have him back and just go over shit again would be great for old times.
Steve Hawkins, Brett the Hitman Hart, and Speedball Mike Bailey. That is 3.
Yep.
Really good picks.
Thank you.
Really good picks.
If you mash all 3 of them together, they're fucking super.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Shit.
Most enlightened wrestler you've ever seen.
It was already done.
Legitimate.
It's not alive. Put them 3 together. It's basically Owen Hart.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
Yeah, you know, it's basically Owen Hart in one.
Yeah. I heard good things about him. Apparently he was such a sweet dude backstage.
Owen Hart was a sweet dude. I don't know. I never met the guy, but the stories I've heard, like a sweet dude, a prankster.
Yeah, I heard.
Great wrestler.
Yes, for sure.
And it sucks. I remember the day that we found out. Okay, I'm a Montreal screw job guy.
Yeah.
I was at the Molson Center.
Oh shit.
When that shit happened.
Oh fuck.
So I watched that shit live.
Oh no.
With my father, and I was like,
God.
"Oh fuck, what's going on over here?"
Oh fuck.
Let me talk about a fucking mess.
Oh,
Okay,
I bet.
At the Molson Center, Bell Center now, and outside. I remember Jeff Jarrett pointing the finger at all of us and people throwing apples and shit at the limos.
Oh my God. Yeah, it must have been crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Because I mean, look, Montrealers, we riot about everything. We win, we riot. We lose, we riot with the Habs, right? So with that, no, legit.
Fucking nuts. Anyway.
We're like Philly, but French, honestly.
Yeah. And then Owen, the moment that Owen passed, I remember I was at there was a wrestling bar here called Cafe Raw in Saint Michel. And they had wrestling ropes and like the bar. I was going there with my father. Wasn't supposed to be there. I was maybe like 10 at the time. And the announcement of Owen dying. Like, I remember in wrestling in particular. Okay, I don't give a shit about anything else. But I mean, wrestling. I love wrestling. So do you. I remember iconic moments like this. The exact place and time.
Me too.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Like Hogan, I'm a Hulkamaniac. Okay? I grew up with Hulk Hogan, hence the Hogan 87 right here. When he died, I remember exactly where the fuck I was.
Right. Yeah.
And every time I am at that place, I'm like,
yeah.
Give me an example.
Well, I mean, some of the ones that you mentioned, so Owen. So again, like I didn't get pay-per-views. We were kind of too broke to like buy them. But my cousin sometimes would tape them.
I never said I got. I went to a bar.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I think I was a bit too young to go to bars at that point. I stuck in when I was a bit older, but to go to IWS shows actually underage. I did that. But when I was still like a kid, I remember I used to put on the pay-per-views, but it was fuzzy, right? So it's like you could kind of make out what was going on, but not fully. So it's like I would watch that and I tried to see what was going on, but it was super fuzzy and you could kind of make things out sometimes, but not really. And sometimes I'd watch whole pay-per-views like that, right? To try to see. And when Owen died, I was watching that. And I remember like JR essentially saying that he passed away. But it was all fuzzy and granular and shit. But I remember like where I was then. I was in my parents' room on this small TV for that. Same thing with Hell in a Cell when Taker fucking threw Mankind off. Again, it was like the fuzzy pay-per-view, but I remember
King
watching
of
it
the
fuzzy
Ring, yeah.
and him being thrown off. I was like, oh shit. And I was in the same room on the same TV. So yeah, I remember where I was for those specifically.
I remember also one thing I'll never forget. My father and I. My father's a big fan, right? He brought me into wrestling. I'd be watching Nitro in my parents' room, and my father would be watching Raw in the living room, and I go back and forth to watch what's going on.
Nice.
And I remember that it was the Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan match when Goldberg won the title. I remember watching that, and then in the other room, it was the episode of The Rock and Mick Foley when Mick Foley won the belt. But I don't think it was the same episode. I think it was like he was watching a tape version of it. I don't know what it was. But I was going back and forth.
Nice, yeah.
And I remember those moments like that. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Are you a big collector of like stuff like toys and stuff like that? Or
not huge, but I do have 2 plushies of Macho Man and Bret Hart, and I usually position them. If I have a belt, I'll normally put them next to the belt, and it's like they're blessing the belt every night. So I think in my head, with their powers, their wrestling capabilities.
Macho, I've never heard you say anything about Macho Man this whole podcast.
I know. Like, I don't know if he's like a huge influence, but I do love Macho Man. I mean, his fucking promos were ridiculous.
Wait a minute.
But
stop right now.
Oh no, are we gonna get into a tip?
Are you gonna do a dig it?
No,
Are you gonna give me a Macho Man Randy Savage promo?
No, no.
The best.
They were excellent.
Katrina Creed on After the Slam podcast.
I'm not even a wrestling fan. I know his fucking age.
Dude,
Brother.
yeah.
No, that was
Dude, my friend who's not even into wrestling brought that up to me yesterday or the day before at work. And she's like, do you know like Macho Man? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, my boyfriend, he used to watch wrestling when he was a kid and he showed me this promo and then like with the cream. I'm like, yeah.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Ricky Steamboat, you are nuts.
Come on now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like honestly, just fucking iconic. But not even just for the promos. And here's where we might be in a bit of a tiff.
Oh,
Because out of, you know, when fucking Hogan and Macho Man had their thing.
Mega powers.
Yes.
Implode. Yeah.
I mean, look, I will agree that Hogan has done a lot for the industry.
Yeah.
You can't dispute that. But I mean, look, Macho Man, for me.
Yeah. If there was no Macho Man and Hogan, I totally agree with you. Don't compare Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. That's a crack of shit. But I mean, if you give me Hogan and Macho Man back in the golden era, you're fucking right. I agree with you.
Yeah, he's
who would
great.
I pick? I'd pick Hogan.
Yeah.
But Macho Man, fucking Macho Man Randy Savage here. He can't.
He was great. Like I didn't grow up in that era, so it was me just like watching stuff like on the network and all that.
Yeah, you're researching.
You know, I do have a background in psychology, a bit of research. I am a researcher.
Yes,
so yes,
you are.
But yeah, so I mean, I would backtrack and watch it like in that sense. But yeah, dude, and so I just love Macho Man and his mannerisms, his in-ring work. It was so believable, and a lot of people were believable back then. But there's just something about the way he presented himself and just everything he did that I found really engaging as well. Very colorful as well. Yeah, very organic. Like it was just seamless, but in a way that made it look realistic and like a fight, right? And not like too seamless where it looks just choreographed. It looks like a fucking fight. Yes, yeah, and he's just great. And I just thought it was hilarious, like his entrance music, because I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Like for me, it doesn't make sense other than Miss Elizabeth, I guess. But like, I'm like, this doesn't make sense for you, but I think that's why I like it more because it doesn't fucking make sense. Like, how are you coming out dressed like this with this as your entrance music? I don't get it, but you know what? I fucking love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was great.
Yeah, Macho Man was like so. Bret Hart and Macho Man plushie. You continue with that story.
Yeah, so
memorabilia.
Yeah, I have them by my bed. They're kind of the only things I've really collected, but they're like by the belts usually.
So you're telling me you don't have like a wrestling cover that you sleep with? Like,
no, not anymore.
Okay.
I probably did when I was younger. I had different things when I was younger. I had this cool little Hardy's foam.
With the finger like this?
Yeah. And I had that forever. And then once my family dog peed on it, like, and I was so bummed.
Damn you! That's why I don't like dogs.
Yeah, I was so bummed because I'm actually bad with material things. And it's one of the few things I managed to keep for a long time. Like I had that when I was like 7 or something. And I was probably 13 or 14 by the time he peed on it. And I was like, fuck, there goes that. But yeah, otherwise not huge when it comes to collecting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a minimalist.
After this show, I'm gonna show you my little shrine back there.
Yeah.
Some Barisante. Okay.
Well.
No, I'm a collector of belts.
Okay, fair.
I like again, I'm sponsored by belts. I
Right.
sell them, and also I collect them. These are my two favorite ones.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm a big Chris Jericho fan, and Chris Jericho title, Booker T.
Yeah.
Were you a WCW fan?
I never got WCW either. So it was really raw for me. Just Monday Night Raw, that's all I watched. Yeah, that's all I got. Look, man, I did what I could.
You are look what you are now.
Yeah.
Look where you are now, Katrina Creed. Clean Cobra, and she's kicking ass all over the world.
Yeah, try my best.
Especially all you Quebec ladies, girls.
Oh, hey. I have to say, man, we have a pretty solid crew of women's wrestlers
I'm
in our scene, man.
surprised. That's a very big, solid crew. And
Yes.
I'm surprised. Like you, I want you all to succeed and be in the feds. Like I know you're an AEW chick now, so it's like you want to go towards there. But hey, like I could see you in AEW. I see you kicking ass in AEW.
That'd be cool, man, if ever. I mean, it would be an amazing
A lot of you
opportunity,
girls
honestly.
are ready.
No, honestly, we have a super strong division, like between Christera, Andrea, and Leah. Like, there's so many of us
Yeah.
that are doing so fucking good, man. And we all are different in our own way. We have our own thing going, but it's a really solid crew of chicks, man. And I feel like really honored and proud to be part of those, like, these chicks. There's others that I haven't named, but it's such a solid crew. And I think it's honestly just so badass, that we're chicks that are fucking kicking ass and doing it. Like, it's cool. And I'm happy to be a part
Like
of
for
it,
me
man.
now, like I'm seeing a lot of I'm in the Quebec indie scene, if you will. I'm seeing a lot of the like pillars. Like for me, obviously Sexy Eddie. We all know Sexy Eddie. He's a pillar of of Quebec wrestling.
Yeah.
Monaco Moredes.
I love Moredes, yeah.
Moredes, he is one of my I
hey!
got him tatted on.
Oh, hey! That's
So, like,
sick.
Mikey-
He's awesome. I
He's
love
the
Mikey.
fucking- I've known
Yeah.
Mikey for years.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
So Mikey,
He's awesome. I love
pillar.
Yeah.
Pillar. Like I see him in versus Cody Rhodes. Like I
he's
see
great.
that. Like
Shout out Mikey.
shout
Yeah,
out
Mikey.
Monaco.
He's my dude, man.
And
I
like
love Mikey.
last week, I had Sugar Shane Pinto.
Oh,
One
I
of
love
the
Pinto too, man. He's
greatest
great.
Manager.
Yes.
He's getting to the wrestling now. Like he's getting
Yeah.
into the ring. The manager work, fucking iconic.
No, he's fucking excellent. He's killing it, man.
And
Honestly.
what is he not doing for me in my head? I'm like, what is he not doing in the feds managing one?
Legit though.
And fucking Mike, like he's ready.
Mhm.
He
He has
is
great
one of-
luck.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
He's ready to be out there.
Yeah.
You got the look.
Thank you.
You got the badass. You're tough as freaking nails. You got what's going on? We gotta see Katrina Creed kicking ass in the feds.
It'd be cool, man.
No, it's gonna happen.
I hope so. It's tough because, like, as Canadians, there's that visa issue, right?
That's
a
the fucking
huge
shit,
barrier
right?
for us, right? It's a huge one. So that's like what a lot of us are working towards getting eventually. Because I think once that's cinched, like, it becomes easier, right? Just to go into the American market because there's way more exposure there. There's way more people to like fuck around with, just to experience like matches with, to progress in that sense, to learn from. Exposure wise, it's so much better. Also, wrestling's about connections, right? And a lot of the connections are in the States. They don't really cross over here. So I think a huge barrier is that visa.
I'm gonna help if you want me to. I work with Supernova Wrestling. They're based out of Boston.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot out your name to them.
If ever, yeah, man.
Fuck, man, it's the States, and it's like Mikey's going. Sorry, Monaco Moredes is going there.
Yeah.
Pinto is going there.
Right
Brad
on.
Alexis.
Oh, I love Brad too. Yeah.
Brad's a fucking star.
Yeah, I love Brad.
Franchise up. You got to shout out to Mr. Brad Alexis.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all going to the States
Oh, right on.
because I'm helping them get booked there because I want them to be. I think it's one step closer.
Next level, man.
It might be an indie fucking 40 people at the show kind of thing.
Oh, but even then, man, it's like you never know.
But it's broadcasted. It's in the States.
Yeah.
Who's that person? You see
Right.
it, and then the feds see it. Boom. That's what I want.
America is the entertainment business.
That's
Yep,
the fucking
it
thing.
is, man.
You know, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're from here.
Yeah.
They needed to go to
PWG, like out
PWG
there.
in California
Yeah.
to get noticed. Because
Yeah.
over here,
It's
about
not-
that, if we'll put in.
No, but that's it. That's
Go by the
it.
way, Claudia.
You know what I mean?
No, but legit, it's you have to break in there.
They went there to get noticed. Ring of Honor, when Ring of Honor was run by Steve Carino and Gabe Sapolsky and all those guys. They went there.
Yeah.
El Generico, Kevin Steen. You know, that's how they got noticed.
But that's it.
This is where I need you guys and girls to go to the States, get noticed in these freaking feds.
Yeah, man.
And then boom, then we're gonna see you, and I'll be fucking the proud daddy. You know?
Yeah, you had a hand in it, man. You never know.
So that's where I want to see. Now we're gonna wind down the show because I think my producer guys saying it's 2 hours long.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So we're having a good time.
Yeah.
2 more questions.
Yes.
I gotta give a shout out. I got Vince Russo coming on my show.
Oh, no kidding.
And
Yeah.
he's no, he's not coming on the couch. He's not coming on the couch.
Virtual.
He's doing a virtual.
Oh, right on. Okay.
I love Vince Russo. Everything he's done in the pro wrestling business, even though he's got some slack, bro. He gets slack everywhere he turns, from Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff and all that.
Yeah.
Vince Russo, if it wasn't the Attitude Era, Vince Russo was a mainstay for the Attitude Era.
Yeah, you can't take that away
Exactly.
from him, right?
He sent out a tweet about you.
Oh yeah, man.
And he praised you like a goddess.
Yeah, I was appreciative, unexpected too.
I saw that promo.
Yeah.
Fucking out of the blue. I wanted to kick him in the face because he said something stupid about it, but you really kicked ass.
Thank you.
GCW. How do you feel about GCW?
Yeah, honestly,
That's the St. Clown Posse guys, right?
Yeah, the Juggalos. So
yeah,
dude, they treated me so nice when I was there. Like, Violent J is such a sweet dude, and it was totally by chance that like that ended up working out. It was legitimately, I was down in Atlantic City helping out for GCW. And I was just standing outside, and fucking Violent J is there with Too Tough Tony. And, I just say hi to them, like, from afar, just, and all that. And then eventually Too Tough Tony's like, hey, come here. I go over, they're like, oh, are you a worker? Like, are you on the show? I'm like, oh, I'm not on the show. I'm just helping out and stuff. And like, oh, well, are you a worker? I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, well, we're looking for some girls for our next tour. It's like, it's like, do you have availability? And I'm like, dude, I literally,
I'll stop everything for you.
Like I legit like stepped down, like, right. I stepped down as director at like my current job to work as a grant writer. So it's less hours, and less pay, but it's remote work. So I have flexibility in my schedule so I can prioritize wrestling. Specifically if shit like this happens, right? And I can rearrange my schedule. So I'm like, yeah, dude, I can fucking make it happen. Don't worry. Like, okay, send us your shit and all that. And I sent them a few matches. I'm like, okay, here are the dates. Like, can you come in this? And dude, they flew me in. They paid for the hotels and everything. Like, they were super, super sweet.
Good. I'm hearing very good things about GC.
Yeah, no, dude, honestly, like, that crew was so nice. They treated me so well. Everyone was super, super kind. Like, I had a fucking wonderful time with them. And I remember during part of the tour, I remember looking around at some point and being like, this is literally one of the best experiences of my life. Like, I knew it even then. It wasn't even something in retrospect. I knew it as it was happening. And I'm like, this is literally one of the best experiences I've ever had. And I can feel it right now, So it was super cool. But yeah, that Russo promo. So what was kind of fucked up about that tour, though, is that they wanted me to start off earlier because they're like, if you start off earlier, like, there's more chances of like writing you into a storyline and stuff, right? And I think Russo had just started on that tour as well, and he was starting to book and all that.
Yeah.
I had a prior engagement with Acclaim, and I didn't want to pull out of Acclaim. But they were saying, essentially what they were saying initially is that, like, if someone kind of comes in like partway through the tour or leaves partway, like, they have to pay for their own stuff essentially to fly themselves in. I'm like, look, I'll do that. I don't mind, but I don't want to like fuck over Acclaim essentially. Because
that shows professionalism right there.
Yeah, because like I am always going to remember the people, especially Acclaim. They've done so much for me and they've backed me so much. I'm never going to take that for granted, and I'm not going to forget that. And I'm not going to fuck over people that helped to build me ever. And so Chaz, who's the promoter, who's the guy that fucking eats fries with a fork, he's normally pretty understanding about that shit. And this was a few weeks in advance. So I asked him, I'm like, would you be okay? But if it fucks you over, then forget about it. I'm not doing it. He's like, oh, it's a bit tough. A few people have already pulled out, whatever. I'm like, look, forget it. Like, I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to figure it out on my end. And so I was supposed to come in for a few dates before from Cali. They went from Cali to like Michigan, and they drove that over 2 weeks, which is a fucking lengthy drive. But I'm like, look, I can't do it. I can only come in after this date. I'll pay my own fucking flight. And they talked about it, and they're like, They actually like that. They're like, oh, that speaks a lot about you as a person. They're like, forget it, we'll pay for your flight too. I'm like, fuck yeah, yeah. So
That's
I ended
cool,
up.
man.
It was very sweet of them. So I ended up joining. They did like 3 or 4 dates before I ended up joining in, and I came in Denver, and I did 2 dates there, and I did the rest of the tour with them. But the drive was so long, and it was such a dense tour that literally we would sometimes sleep like 2 or 3 hours a night in a hotel, and then we were up to leave like multiple days in a row. I remember once, like us getting 5 hours of sleep was a luxury. I'm like, wow, we get to sleep 5 hours tonight. I'm like, that's sick. And then fucking Willie Mack. Okay, so I love Willie Mack.
Yeah.
He's a great dude.
Fucking Willie Mack.
But one of the only, I think it was the only night, other than the first night, where we got like 5 hours of sleep. I was like, yo, this is gonna be so great. I was ready, man. I was so ready for that sleep. And fucking Willie Mack, unfortunately, got locked out of his fucking room, right? So then the girl I was staying with, Paige, like found him and then didn't want to leave him stranded, obviously. So brought him into our room. So they were sharing the bed. And I wear earplugs, right? Because I'm sensitive to noise and shit when I sleep.
And he's snoring his ass off.
Yo, this guy, okay, I've never heard someone snore like this in my fucking life.
Oh, you haven't heard me snore because I fucking shake rooms.
No,
It's
dude. Oh, no, yes, it might be at that fucking level, dude, maybe. But like, I had earplugs in, man. It didn't make a difference. It was as if he was right next to me, fucking snoring. Like, so the one night where we had like 5 hours, fucking Willie Mack's in our room, and he woke me the fuck up, dude. So it was not 5 hours of sleep, Willie Mack. So that sucked ass. All that to say, when we got to the Russo promo, okay, this is like a few days in a row where we're not sleeping proper, right? And then someone comes up
I'm
to
gonna
me.
rewatch it now.
Huh?
I wouldn't rewatch it. Like, she didn't sleep.
No, legit. Like, there's like no sleep in that body. Let me tell you. And someone comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Vince wants to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." I talk to him. He's like, "Okay, we're gonna do a promo. This, that." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, fucking
bro.
dead. Yeah, okay, bro. I'm like fucking dead, but I'm like, okay, not nervous at all. Sure. And then eventually, when he's free later, we talk about it. And he's like, "Are you any good at promos?" I'm like, "I try. It depends." And he's like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna say stuff and you react." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, Jesus fuck. So that's what we did, right? So initially, when we did it, I was kind of reacting more like a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
But then he's like, "Okay, well, I want you to react as a person, like how you would react in real life. You know what I mean?" And so then I just did that. And then it gave that promo. And then,
It was good.
yeah, thank you. I mean, I thought, okay, cool enough, right? I thought it was all right. And then I didn't realize how much he liked it. And then enough for him to like tweet about it and put me over. I was like, whoa, that's so fucking cool, man.
Vince Russo
Yeah.
puts you over.
It was really nice of him. Super appreciative. But yeah, man, that tour was really fun.
See, this super appreciative thing that you're saying a lot now.
Hmm.
You deserve it.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I try, you know,
Like,
it's just,
I'm the one who's appreciative to have you on my couch.
well, thank you.
You know?
It's just like, you know, in wrestling, I think there's a lot of really talented people. And sometimes, you know, the industry just passes them by or they don't always get opportunities. And it's not that they aren't great wrestlers or whatever it is. It's not like they don't have it. It's just wrestling is very much like connections and also being in the right place at the right time.
That's 100%.
It is. And I've been very lucky, you know, there's been some negative things that haven't worked out for me too. It hasn't all been positive, let me tell you. But I've had so many positive experiences. And it's like, yeah, it's my work ethic and what I've been doing, but it's like I also realize it's because I was lucky enough to be at the right place at the right time. So it's like and for people to have taken a chance on me, you know, they just took a chance on me by offering me that. They didn't need to.
Are you a
know what I
worker?
mean?
I need you on tour.
Yeah, straight up, just like that, dude. I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay, yeah, dude. I'll figure out my work shit, you know.
That's awesome.
But I'm super appreciative.
Oh, you're a star in my book.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
We're gonna hit the last question,
Sure.
and then we're gonna share your socials and
Yeah.
everything. But before that, Pandemonium. Can you put that up? I want to do a plug here.
Mhm.
Make sure that doesn't fall on your head.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Pandemonium, May 29th. Torture Chamber Pro Wrestling Dojo doing their annual like WrestleMania Pandemonium 4 big names. Marty Scurll is coming up. He's coming up to face Wilson Colas.
Yes. Yeah.
Wilson
Appreciate it.
goes for the British Commonwealth Championship. We've got the AIWF Junior Heavyweight Championship, Canadian Junior Heavyweight Champion, that yours truly, after the Slam, is sponsoring. My logo's on one of the plates. So I got stuff going on too.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Woods, Buddy Jacobs, Paulo Triassi, and Brad Alexis.
Hey.
Fatal four-way to determine the inaugural Canadian AIWF Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Right on.
All right, thank you, sir. Last question for you, Miss Cat.
Yes.
Katrina Creed, the Queen Cobra. Where do you see you 5 years?
Man, I mean, if I could get signed, obviously that'd be excellent. You
A
know,
lot of people do this.
yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, Alan Brett. You know, I obviously that's kind of the dream. It wasn't initially when I first started off, but so many things have been happening that despite starting off late, I'm like, hey, you never know. They're hiring later. You know, I'm like fucking keening for it. So it's like if that works out, great. If not, I'm gonna do whatever I can to work towards it, to say that I at least tried my best and I put all of myself into it without just, you know,
Simple
hoping
email
for
to
it.
WWE tryouts. You know?
Yeah, just like, hey,
Hey, tryouts are open?
yeah, can I just let it? But you know, obviously that's like a major one, but like, yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge one, but outside of that, it's just kind of looking at things that I can control, right? And the things that I can control are really always just putting myself as much as I can into this and trying to be the best that I can always, right? And that's by trying to show up to practice consistently, attending seminars, traveling and learning from everyone and everywhere. And it's like, even if I don't make it in a big Fed, I think a major thing for me is trying to be the best wrestler that I can and doing everything that I can be so I can be proud of what I did at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Just know that a lot of us watching you are proud of you.
Well, thank you. I
Because
appreciate
you are
it.
a star.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Last one, if you want to show it to that camera, what would you
yes.
tell an inspiring women's wrestler getting into this business?
Damn. Okay. Well, I guess there's a lot of things, but like primarily, obviously, look up a good quality school, right? I know it can be tough initially when you're first getting in. You maybe don't know everyone, or it's hard to know the indie scene if you're not already implicated. But just make sure your trainers are like proper trainers. As I mentioned, you know, a few times in this interview, connections are super important. So if you're in a position to go to a school that has good connections, I think it's invaluable. It helps to set you up on the indie scene, but also just on a larger scale potentially as well. Don't ever compromise yourself in ways that you're not comfortable with, right? I think there's a lot of external pressures in this industry to be a certain way that maybe just doesn't jive with you. And you just always have to be true to yourself and what resonates within you above all else and everything else, and just be true to that. And it can be hard sometimes because sometimes it might be easier to just market yourself in a certain way or do things in a certain way. But if you're not comfortable, man, fuck that shit. Just always be fucking true and comfortable with what you're doing, man. And just, you know, trust that it's going to work out if it's meant to. And it's just like, don't ever sell yourself short in the process.
There you have it. Words of wisdom from the queen herself, the Queen Cobra, Katrina Creed. Now, one more thing. If you want to share your socials to the crowd that's watching so they could follow you, watch you wherever you go and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying my best with social media and trying to update it, but it's tiring. But I do have social media. It's literally one of the most tiring things.
Let me
about
tell
this
you,
job.
she's not easy to reach.
Dude, it's yeah. I try, man. There's so many messages all the time, but I'm trying to keep on top of it. So I do have a Facebook, Katrina Creed. So Katrina with a K, Creed with a C. Obviously, there's a space between Katrina and Creed. On Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it now, it's Katrina Creed all together. On TikTok and Insta, it's cat with a K .Creed with a C. Because somehow on TikTok and Insta, there's someone named Katrina Creed, which is like, no, it's just a blank. At least on Instagram, I don't remember on TikTok. On Instagram, it's just a blank like user.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yo, man, if that chick's like actual name is Katrina Creed, that's pretty sick. Like low-key. But that's where I'm at on TikTok and Insta. And I do have a YouTube page. You can look me up, Katrina Creed. There's some matches on there. I do have a vlog from when I did Mystery Wrestling's 24-hour match. I'm trying to update that more by adding more vlogs, like the Japan vlog. Probably going to do a Puza vlog that's going to be up before the Japan vlog. But look, the Japan vlog is... It's just, I forgot to film some things and there's lots of videos and it's been a while and that's my bad. It's me being overwhelmed. I need to get on top of it, but there will be a Japan vlog too. and other shit, other matches that I'm going to be updating it with soon too. So yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is After the Slam again. Thank you very much with the Queen Cobra herself, Katrina Creed. Next Sunday, producer guy, book yourself. Next Sunday, I got Johnny North, Genesis.
Oh yes, it's been a bit.
He's going to be on the show
Mm-hmm.
right here, sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to be talking about Pandemonium. We'll be talking about his career and everything. And yeah, After the Slam is growing every single day. And with superstars like Katrina coming on the show, thank you very much again.
Of course. I mean, thank you. I appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you next week on After the Slam. Thank you.
The man has come around.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the host, straight from After the Slam podcast, Bodacious Albert.
After the slam.